Okay. First time using Rumble Studio. Ugh. Okay, we are up on Twitch. We up on Kick. We're up on Kick. We're up on YouTube. We're up on YouTube. And we're up on Rumble. We're live everywhere. Now, the question is, where is my chat going to be? I need to pop out chat. Doc. Okay, we're live. But I don't know if I'll see everything. What the fuck? Okay, Kick didn't go through. What's up, YouTube? What's up? The death from Crow. Okay. The Kick chat that test didn't go through. But I guess YouTube's working. What's up? All right. Well, oh God. So, I wanted to go live to watch this leaked interview of Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon. But I am trying to make sure. Okay, there's Landon. Yeah, you live on everything now. Okay. All right, cool. The chat thing though is fucked up because the Kick chat isn't going through the Rumble chat thing. But whatever, it's fine. Anyways, have you guys seen this? Have you guys watched this yet? It's 2 hours. I don't know how much we'll watch of it, but I'm just so curious. I've never even heard this man's voice before seeing this. On Rumble now too. Okay, let's go. All right, Sadie was right. Can we trigger? I'll trigger it. Sadie was right. She deserves that for being right. Rumble Studio does all of this for free. I was literally not doing it because it costs money to restream. It was free. And she's driving today. What's she doing? All right, anyways. What are your thoughts before we get into this interview? I watched a clip of Asmongold reacting to it when he was talking about subprime mortgages. I was like, oh God. Crazy? Oh God. I don't have to read that. I guess it's
Landant25 is an idiot, but I'll read their message anyway. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. And rats make me crazy.
Before we get into the deep stuff, let's give some basics or some things I want to do inquiry from the others. Walk me through the Santa Fe Institute. What was it about the time of the math? And this was in the late 90s. So they're not going to hear me on this part, right? We're going to do it both ways?
It will not be on the video, but we do have you recorded.
Fine. Remember, when you're answering on these questions, I'm not in the shot, and they're never going to hear my voice. So a little bit you got to repeat. In your answer, you got to repeat what my question was.
Oh, a little bit. Okay.
Santa Fe Institute. Why, when you're at the top of your game on Wall Street, do you decide to finance, which was at the time, or endow, or become the donor or sponsor, however you want to say it, for what was considered the most cutting edge group of mathematicians in the world? Action.
So Santa Fe Institute in the late 80s, early 90s, I was interested, I was on the board of Rockefeller. So that starts, Rockefeller University, formed by John D. Rockefeller.
You probably are. Hey, Frost. Hey, Frosty Bossy. Flossy Wossy. Hi, Flossy Wossy. You excited about this? You've only missed a minute. You've only missed a minute.
To sort of give back to the community. It's east side of Manhattan, except it was old. It was sort of old-fashioned. They were talking about medicine, and medicine by itself was again subject to the ideas of science. They were trying to use science to find cures for disease. And I said, no, we need to do something different. We need to start interdisciplinary work. In most...
How did a schmuck like you get on the board of Rockefeller? What year was that?
I don't remember. Late, I think 89 and 91.
So that's one of the most prestigious research places in the world, correct?
Yes.
Okay, how did a guy like you get on the board of a blue blood, internationally known, hard research, Nobel Prize winners all over the place? How do they pick a guy like you, a trader from, or basically some guy from Bear Stearns?
Good question. So I was asked to be on the board of Rockefeller, and I think it was, I was on the board of Rockefeller, there was a money manager who said, Rockefeller needs someone.
What's up, Druid? What's up, Druid?
What up? Am I still here?
Yeah, I guess this didn't air, but either way, we're watching the full raw footage, so we get to hear the journalist, and it is interesting to get that insight on how these can work. You watch the videos, and it's like a testimony, but it's like they're primed to give like a specific testimony. Although we haven't watched this interview, I don't know what the context will be here, but it is interesting. Jeffrey Epstein. You know what's gonna suck is if he was cool. So, Sadie sent me that he got
Xbox.
banned.
Dude,
yeah,
only
he got
Xbox
banned on
players are cool.
Xbox.
So it's like that Hitler conversation. Of course, Hitler was cool because if you look at the Hitler garb and whatnot, look at that mustache. You see his. You don't even know German. You just watch. You're just kind of like, wow, whatever that dude's saying, those people will understand. And like he's got their undivided attention. Like he is the king in the high castle, basically.
It's just funny to see this.
Jeffrey Epstein is.
I've never seen him in like long format. I've only ever seen like pictures of him, like, memes, like, obviously all the conversations about it. So like it's kind of crazy to hear him talk and be like interviewed like a normal person.
Dude, his deposition though for when he the first charge that he caught is crazy though.
You've seen it?
Yeah, it is creepy. It is, and it's
God.
It's like a 2005 like high-end camera at the time, but now it just looks like shit, right? And with like a blue background.
Nobel Prize winners all over the place.
When was this? Oh, Jeff Epstein and Steve Bannon? Holy shit. Yeah, this is the one.
Yeah.
Money or other benefit.
This is all my left
Bragged
ear.
about this.
I can't watch this with these fucking headphones. But we're gonna. This is what I want to watch. Anyway.
Yeah, with Steve Bannon.
Financial expertise, because the...
What do you think of Steve Bannon? Do you like Steve Bannon?
A grifter.
Grifter? Isn't he like? Weren't people saying he could run in 2028?
I mean, shrug.
Are there people who really like Steve
It was pretty
Bannon?
based that he just went to prison though for fucking for being in contempt of Congress. That was based, and it was just a slap on the wrist. Like it's so funny. Like that's the real reason why like America is what it is because like all these white collar crimes and like even like amounting to treason and like giving away like information like on the low is like, a slap on the wrist, especially if you're a higher up. Crazy,
Cool.
dude.
I was promised mass arrests.
Bro, if you listen to the left, I'm promised mass fucking death squads. Okay.
You think?
I
What do
was
you think if
promised
mass
hell
right
divers
now?
walking down my street every fucking noon and midnight. Okay, man.
All right,
I was promised super soldier shit. Okay. Okay, I'll shut it down.
University is growing, and there's lots of new things. You have to, again, we go back to the original discussion the last time. Up until the mid-'80s or sort of mid-'70s, the most important thing was your name. If you were Rockefeller, you already were considered to be brilliant. If you were head of General Motors, it was your reputation. It was who you knew, who your family was. What was your character? And then in the mid-'70s, basically, if you remember, you probably had a calculator. It was very advanced in those days to have a Texas Instrument calculator, where it could, by putting in the numbers, it would multiply for you to do square roots. And that was the first, and everyone who had a calculator was already advanced on Wall Street. A simple calculator, almost like your accountant. The most important parts of business were really now going to calculations. So it's not only mathematics, but it's things that could be calculated. Reputation couldn't be calculated. I could give you, are you a 10 on a reputation scale, an 8? What does it mean to have a measurement of your reputation? We'll get to that later. But places like Rockefeller needed someone to say, look, we're entering a different world where numbers.
Can you imagine this guy having a conversation with Stephen Hawking? Stephen Hawking was on the island having conversations with him. According
Brother,
to the
when
files.
was this though? When was this recorded? Like, after, oh, does it say?
2018, 2019.
So right before he was, damn.
Wow, this was them. They were like, "Can we salvage your
Last
reputation?
moment.
Can we salvage you?" And then they're like, "No, this isn't gonna work. You're fucked. You're gonna have to fake your death. You're gonna have to fake your death, bro.
Fake it? Or actually just do it?
They got you, bro. You're gonna have to fake your death, dude. Don't worry.
'Cause,
You
like,
can stay
okay,
on the
okay,
island. Do you
'cause-
think we're gonna let anyone get near the island?
Wait. So Pentuple, if you're saying he's still alive, then this statement would be actually illegal to say that he looks so killable. But he's dead, so he looks so killable. And after we know what he's done, he looks so killable. Like, it just like Jeffrey Epstein's face is a meme because it's just so.
Dude, he's still on that island.
You want to
right
murder
now.
it. You want to punch it. You
He's still on that island right now.
Okay, but
He's
if he
on
is,
that
then
island
they'll
right
come
now.
after me for threats because that's a threat on a not dead person. Okay, if you bluff
No,
challenge
don't
to
worry about
DOJ,
He's
come at
faked
me.
his death.
Okay, then they got to come after me. Okay.
No, but hey, you're supposed to go into this with an open mind and maybe see like pretend you don't know anything about this guy. Let's watch this with an open mind.
Okay, I already got.
All right.
What
He was just talking about how he got on some board or whatever, and he's like, yeah, you know.
Numbers,
It's really
and
funny.
the numbers of companies, portfolio management was going to be balanced. It was going to be statistical. Jeffrey, could you come on the board? Potentially sit on the finance committee, Nancy Kissinger and a bunch of other people. And David Rockefeller and I got along very well. He was this unbelievable human being. Respectful to everyone. He introduced his driver
not working on
as his colleague, not his driver. He would never say, "This is my driver." He said, "It's my colleague." And David started to explain to me world politics. So David would say, "Jeffrey, money is going to be sort of the most important things. People don't understand money. You seem to have this knack for money." I said to David, "Tell me about your life. What was the worst and the best part of your life?" So David said, "When I grew up, everyone knew I was a Rockefeller. They didn't know that my father told me he would not leave me a dime. No money. But every time we went out to eat, me and my 5 friends at school, they would leave me the bill. They would expect me to pick up the check because I was a Rockefeller." And he said, "I was chairman of Chase Bank." And he said, "I remember like it was yesterday, one of the headlines in Time magazine said, "David, please fire yourself." So he thought that there was a world that existed that would be a combination of both politics and business and leadership. What do I mean? He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission is some spooky stuff. People said it was some of the people that, the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said most countries, the politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East. Someone's there for 4 years and then they're not there anymore. The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents. So it was the North Americans, the Europeans, and the Asians. So he said to me, "Would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission?" Now, I was 30 years old, 32 years old. I said, "Great." And he said, "Well, you have to fill out this application so they have your bio." And I looked at the list of people, and it was Bill Clinton, former president of the United States.
Okay, this is boring as fuck.
Paul
Let's
Volcker,
get to
every great leader in America.
Dead Space.
The first trilateral,
Okay, nice.
in
What
understanding
does it feel
that,
like meeting extraordinary?
when you get on something like the Trilateral Commission, you're on the board at Rockefeller, which is the most advanced research.
Bannon
You get brought
stunned.
to the Trilateral, which is the elite of the elite. How, since you're only
Why don't
at
we
that
watch this on
time
2 times?
30-something years old.
why is this
We
specter
can.
of inflation always the central thing in central bankers' minds?
Because it goes back to this, the first concept I said, the weird concept of fractionalized reserves. The system is not well understood. And well, most systems, in fact, are not well understood. We don't know how our digestive
Oh,
system.
stop. This is
I
impossible.
understand
This is
that.
impossible. The world banking system, the world currency system, the world monetary system
Yes.
has to be so well understood by the Greenspans of the world and the Bernanke's of the world and you, right?
not me.
The currency traders, the guys making $billion bets every day, the legendary guy
don't
on Wall
know
Street
shit
in the
about
late
fuck.
90s, Vassalin brothers.
Lou Ranieri?
No, the guy that wrote the money.
Michael Lewis? Larry Smoker?
Yeah, Larry Smoker. Who's that about? That great trader.
Lou Ranieri.
No, the guy that ran the desk. That eventually ran the hedge fund that went long-term capital.
Ah, yes, I don't remember.
Who's the guy?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Lunar is big, but
Yes.
those guys have to understand the system perfectly.
No, they don't understand the system. They understand the local part of the system. So, for example, why is not only inflation, most bankers are terrified if the public understood that the bank really doesn't have their money at any one time. It's one of the things during the Depression, there were runs on the bank. The reason the banks don't keep much money in the actual bank is they assume that not everyone's going to want their money on the same day. So it's not really the fear of inflation. The fear is a run on the bank. Everybody wants to take out something that doesn't really exist. Inflation is tied to interest rates. It's a more complicated example. But when your money doesn't buy the same amount of product this year than it did last year, if it buys less and less, like it happened, you use the term hyperinflation. There's certain countries that are not managed well, like in Africa at the current, a $100 billion bill in Zimbabwe is worth 1 American cent. That's the perfect example of hyperinflation. It goes up, it doubles every day. So people are afraid that the value in the system starts to break down. But so if I said to you, does your doctor, you understand your body system? You'd say, well, I hope so, because I want to keep me healthy. But you could have a kidney infection, you could have a heart attack, you could have a broken knee. There's lots of pieces of this system. And in fact, when you ask the question, very few doctors understand your entire body. There's a specialist for your knee, there's a specialist for your polynoidal cyst, there's a specialist for your head, and now we have specialists in different areas. So and I'm going to get to your first question about Santa Fe Institute. The world economy and your body are both comprised of little systems interacting with each other and making one big system.
This is what's stunning for all the little guys out there, the populist movement, the little guys that haven't had a pay raise in 30 years. They think that these elites, have everything. They're the guys in the room making the decisions. They're the party of Davos guys. You're sitting there, you don't think many people today really understand the complexity and really all the moving pieces and how they interconnect to the world's financial system.
No, not only don't they understand the complexity, and that goes back to Santa Fe Institute was an attempt of trying to see if there was a way to mathematize, formularize, or algorithmically understand what the term complexity means. That goes back to the original question. Complex systems are complex by definition, but there's not necessarily, it's not one level of complexity. We might say, well, our fingers are complex, the movements, the muscles of our hands, but it's not as complex as the blood system, Now I have a circulatory system. I have systems on top of systems, so that there's no one group of or person that really understands the way the body works. There's no one group that understands the way the financial systems work. You might understand
Epstein was
the
really
U.S.
smart.
bond market. Now, you asked about the trade of long-term capital. That was a bond fund. Very small part of this very complex system. So the goal of the Santa Fe Institute was to see, is there
This
a
is
way
kind
to
of like
get
no-brainer stuff.
and somehow understand how complex systems
No, but he's
just very
articulating it
articulate.
well. This is
Fast
good.
forward, Steve, to today, where Google and these other engine
But,
companies,
like, I'm
the other
waiting
tech
for
companies,
the
are trying to
point,
build
right?
artificial
Like-
intelligence. The strangest thing that they found, one of the strangest things,
talking about
is that the
AI
systems
now?
that they design, this artificial intelligence, which a lot of people have heard about, is they design a bunch of systems. They're called neural nets. The term simply taken out of brain work, neurons in the brain. Nets because they actually look like a net.
Wait, this is from
They put in some
2019? He's talking
inputs.
about AI?
The computers
Yeah,
work,
this is
spit out an
because
answer.
OpenAI was made
Sounds
probably
normal to
right
you,
around
because
that time.
you're
yeah.
thinking about
No,
a calculator you had in
ChatGPT.
1970.
ChatGPT launched like when got like first to 1 billion downloads, all that shit. That was December 2022. That was when that shit fucking hit. That was when the AI hit. Just like 2018 or when the AirPods hit. We moved on from the wired headphones. Remember that? That was crazy. After 2018, everyone's headphones no longer had cables and cords.
Okay,
Shit
so
changed like fucking.
nah, brother. Since
that.
2017, that's when the start of the AI like large language models started to boom.
No way. People didn't use it till 2022.
Yes.
December.
The
Which is
new
almost
area
2023.
began in 2020, but because the public really scaled, but like internal system AIs
Yes,
were
no, for
kicking
sure.
around in 2017, and they were basically chat GPTs, like proto. I mean, like yeah, they were basically chat GPTs, but basically structured and trained on actual like internal data rather than a generic internet one that chat GPT is.
Well, they would have been like the ones they were building, right? Like they wouldn't have been. I don't think there was public access to AI before 2022 when the big GPT came out. You can probably look up the day.
Yeah,
It was like
exactly. They were all
December
private,
16th
right?
or
They were all
something,
private. They were all
2022.
trade secrets. They were all private trade secrets, and yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got it the day it came out. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I
'cause
never really
Google
thought
got
about AI
the
before
transformer architecture in 2017.
Dude, this picture right there, I generated like the day I got AI. That one up there that I used for my profile picture and
Nice.
everything. Took a picture in front of my friend's like flag. It had like
There
stars
was a
in the background.
nickel. If you had a nickel for every AI photo profile picture of you in this Discord chat right now, you'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that we both have AI photos of you.
Wait, who else has an AI photo of me?
Look at my Viet Cong photo. Who else is that in the Viet Cong?
No, I know that
slavery
one. That's one though.
picture?
The one
Yeah, it's
mine
just me
is
and
the
you.
mine on Discord isn't AI.
It should be.
It's not.
You should
I
run it
can't
through an
change
AI
it either.
filter.
I have to keep it forever.
You should run it through
Iconic.
an AI filter.
Iconic
It
puts
looks
on the
AI.
Discord.
It
Iconic.
looks AI. The filter
It's
makes it look
not. It's
AI.
just black and white. That was taken before AI came out. I think I got that in like
It was taken before you were losing your hair.
2020. I took that picture. All right. Anyways, back to the goat. Back to the goat.
76 on your desk.
Yeah, Steve Bannon.
When you ask the person who designed the system, how did it come to that answer? How did your neural net? Can you show me the calculations? They say, no, we don't know. We don't know how the thing we designed actually came up with that answer. That's pretty strange. They take the same neural net now, and they put it in front of a video game. No learning, nothing. They say, to the computer, they say, sit in front of your video game and learn how to play. It seems that the computer learns better than any
my
human in
cat
history,
litter.
faster than any human in history, beats any human in history. But when you ask the designer how did it do it, no one knows. It just did it. So that's the first little touch of things that we already have gotten to a place where we don't understand it, and we built it.
On Sunday afternoon, September 14th, 2008, where were you?
Sorry,
It was the night they
What
put
the
Lehman
fuck?
Brothers in bankruptcy in London.
I was in jail.
Seriously.
Yes.
So the financial crisis of 2008 happened when you were in jail?
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be so amazing. This is going to be so amazing. I take it you didn't have your Wall Street Journal dropped off to you in the morning, your Financial Times.
No.
How did you hear about that? How did you hear about? Because I want
I forgot about this, but yes.
I'm trying to get this. Going to be amazing. Let's go back and do that again. Sunday afternoon, because I want to find out about people, the geniuses understanding the complexity of the financial system. Because I think the best example we have is the financial crisis, the crash of 2008. Sunday afternoon, September 14th, I think it was, 2008. is when they were working feverishly in Midtown Manhattan.
Bro, was this really? Who was like? I was in fucking middle school. Was this like really like a day that this happened? Was this like one of those things that happened on like a day where everyone was like, "Yep, the fucking shit crashed."
Yep, and then
Landant 25 is an idiot, but I'll read their message anyway. What is your name?
Basically with
Jeffrey
black suits to
Epstein,
Obama
boot
once he got
bubby.
settled into the Oval
Yeah,
Office.
I came in
said,
with the
"This is
sauce.
the deal," and
Yay,
Obama
I
didn't
came
say
in with
shit
the
do
sauce.
fuck about
Yay,
actually
man, I flexed
doing
Rick
what
Ross.
he ran
Yeah.
on, and he just let the buyout happen.
Is Sadie in chat? Sadie, can you just say yes if it was like one of those things that it was like a day that this happened, and just know if it was more of a like happened over the course of a year? Because I was in middle school, I wouldn't have. I have no idea. I would have just been like a fucking kid running around.
At least she's driving. She's driving right now.
She's going to Florida or something.
Yeah, Florida to the alligators.
But anyways, yeah.
Day of
Oh, she's going to pick up
financial
grandma. That's why,
crash.
because grandma spends January in Florida, and that was a good January to spend in Florida. That's why grandma goes to Florida. Florida didn't have, dude. Florida literally didn't have the cold at all. I think they stayed warm the whole time. So
Same
Sadie
with
was
Cali,
right.
baby.
Sadie is low key, high key genius. That January was cold as hell. What's up, Hell's Bay? Rumble chatter? Alright, I gotta figure out how to put these all together. But we do have we only have Kick Chat up on the screen here. But I've got them all on OBS, hopefully.
Dude, only one banker went to jail for the 08 crash, too. Kareem.
You're Jeffrey Epstein. You're in jail, and the financial crisis of 2008 just happened while you're in jail. You get out.
And you can't play Xbox.
People are like, blah, 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 financial crisis. And you're like, fuck, I don't care. I have an island.
True.
The Lehman Brothers
Already
offices and various law firms around town,
markets.
and with the Secretary of Treasury in the Federal Reserve, what they're going to do with Lehman, they decided they weren't going to save it. And so they prepared to put it into bankruptcy at the open of the market in London the next day. How did you hear about what was going to happen to Lehman Brothers, and what did you immediately think when you heard that it was going to be put into bankruptcy?
I'm glad you asked that question. I was in solitary confinement September 14th. And again, some of the public stories about the wonderful time I had in jail and of my work release, which didn't come until months after. I'd been there since June, in an 8x10 cell with a bed in the back, a 6-foot bed in the back, a chrome sink with a toilet attached to it, and a little piece of metal sticking out that was supposed to act as a table. Now, since I was in jail, there were no books. Why? There's no library. No library, but you're in jail. No, I was in jail, not prison. So in jail, I was in a place that was called the Special Housing Unit, which is for the roughest, toughest, meanest people. They put me there, they said, for my own protection. So I was in an 8x10 cell with a little slit in the door where they would serve my food on a tray about 9 inches by 4 inches. And then as soon as I finished eating, they'd take the tray and close it down.
Really?
And one of the guards said,
Was it for something
He wants to
involving
make-
sex trafficking, or was it like a financial thing?
Yes,
Why
it was
he-
for. It was literally for. He was convicted of soliciting a minor for sex. Yeah, or like
Okay, well,
yeah,
hey, that's
he
why
was
I'm
fully
asking.
like charged,
I'm
and then
sorry.
he's talking
Landant
about the time, I
25
guess,
is
that
an
he was,
idiot,
like,
but
waiting
I'll
for
read their
trial,
message
I guess, 'cause
anyway.
that's what
When
you
are
do,
you
is
going to watch the
spend your time
Epstein
in
edit I
jail
put in
before you
Kick
trial.
Chat? We
And
want
he
name
mentions his
Jeffrey
work release,
Epstein,
which
then
was a
iPhone
sweetheart
notification,
deal,
then I
which a
came
lot
with
of
the
actually
sauce, I came
prosecutors
in
under
with the
Trump
sauce, I
administration now
flexed
kinda had
Rick
their
Ross
fucking
while he
fingers
see the
in,
flicks
or
of
at
him
least
and
with the
his
ninja
island.
too, down in Florida. And they didn't. They gave him an illegal work release because it was a child sex crime. He like that work release needed to be told to the victims, and they failed to do so. So he's talking about the time right before he's trying to do a woe is me. Why were you in solitary confinement for your protection? Because you're a fucking pedophile and you would have been
Hey,
probably
innocent until
killed in
proven
08.
guilty. What happened with that case? He was innocent until proven guilty.
No,
Was
he
he
was
tried?
guilty already. He was serving time for it, dude.
All right. Well, he said he was in jail for like a day. when
And
got
he
out,
was
no?
sentenced too, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Hell's Bay? Welcome. This is MAGA headquarters. We usually stream on Twitch. We moved to Kick, and now we're on Rumble Studio because Rumble lets us stream everywhere. I have a
Also,
cool
I sent
green
you
screen
the Lehman
most of the time.
Brother bankruptcy.
Isn't that cool? What'd you say?
I sent you the Lehman Brothers bankruptcy.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that either.
So, I mean, I sent you the wiki on that because I didn't know really much about that either.
Valentina
about the
Gomez is going to
presidential
get charged with the KKK act. Chill, Adam. Hop in chat, by the way.
What?
Oh, shut up.
Come
Stop.
fight us on
Stop
that, Adam. What
slandering.
the
I've
fuck
made
are
a
you
clear
talking
rule: no
about?
slandering our queen. She has the official MAGA HQ endorsement. All right. What are you doing today, Adam? You got time to hop in the show? Adam will be banned if he continues to slander Queen Gomez. Relax. We're not going to ban him for it. But I won't let it go uncountered. He thinks he can come and chat and slander her, and I won't say anything about it. Valentina Gomez is going to vote the way I want her to on everything. And that's the only thing that matters to me. I don't care how her rhetoric is. And honestly, her rhetoric is funny. I want to listen to her for 2 years. Is that a crime? Is that a crime that she's fucking funny? I think she's hilarious. Gonna be hard from prison. I don't know any. What did Valentina Gomez do? Adam, you joined late. We're on Epstein today. We're watching. Why would they better arrest her too? Adam. She went into a church and protested. Did she actually stop? No, she didn't. She said, "Oh, Don Lemon got away with it. I can do it." Oh shit, Don Lemon got arrested. Stop. She didn't do that.
She go into a mosque? It would be on brand for her to go into a mosque.
Calling out churches in Texas.
In the Bible at a cult church and they escorted me out.
I would say Romans 1:32, homosexuality is a sin, and whoever supports that is worthy of.
Hey yo.
Oh, she actually did it respectfully though. Is like,
yeah, this is not the same at all. But did she just say it's worthy of death? That's crazy. She's like, isn't she the one that's like Sharia law, Sharia law? Like, we're not gonna kill you. Chill, Valentina.
Romans 1:32, homosexuality is a sin, and whoever supports that is worthy of.
They do be having rainbow flags.
It can print as tall as 2.2 inches.
They do be having rainbow flags everywhere, but in defense of Valentina Gomez, that was not the same. Don Lemon went in there with a whole group. The KKK Act requires conspiracy, by the way. Who did she conspire with to do that? People calling for her to be charged as well. Well, I say, as the resident attorney here, that it's dumb and that she shouldn't be because it's not even close to the same thing. How about that?
Distinguish it, definitely.
Yeah, that was like not screaming. She did not go in with a crowd. She didn't admit on camera that her intent was to go and make people upset and uncomfortable, thus intimidate them, which is a literal element of that. That is these are not even close to the same. It's like, oh, she was in a church. It's the same. It's the same because she was in a church. And she recorded a video. That's two things. If we can get one more, we can charge her. No, she shouldn't be charged. In fact, she deserves our vote, Adam. Are you kidding me? How can we expect her to uphold the 1A if this is what she does? Dude, she's going up and speaking truth to evil. What the fuck? You gay sympathizer, Adam? What are you, gay? Are you gay sympathizing? Yeah, you are gay sympathizing. I found out the other day Steve Dowell's gay, Adam. You left that out.
Oh, stretch. Good stretch.
How about that, Adam? You're voting for a gay man.
How about them Adams?
Yeah, you're voting for a man. You're voting for a gay. I'll vote for Valentina. Dude, you can vote for a gay. Is he? Wait, hold on. Somebody yesterday I was talking to told me he's gay. And I was like, are you sure, Steve Dowell? Because I was surprised. He's married to a man with adopted children. Ask CJ about it. Can we confirm this, please? Can you confirm, Landon? Please, can you confirm? Democrats flipped a safe Texas Senate seat in a special election. A state Senate seat? Yeah, but whatever. State Senate. Democrats do be fucking freaking out right now. But dude, elections are so whack. We have to stop. We have to get away from suffrage. Universal suffrage was such a mistake. We have to reevaluate our relationship with these democratic principles of everyone vote. And it's like, no. Democrat just won in Tarrant County. Tyrant County voted Democrat? That's what CJ would say. No way Tyrant County voted Democrat. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Anyways. Can we confirm, Landon? Did you confirm or deny? Or confirm or deny? Did you confirm or debunk whether Steve Dowell has a husband? Ask CJ what he thinks about Steve Dowell. I think he likes Steve Dowell. Oh, what if they were holding hands? What if they were holding hands? Sorry, I just laughed like that. Is he gay or not? This is Steve Dowell? Oh, man.
He's handsome.
He's got that. He could be gay. It's not a deal breaker. I'm voting for a Colombian or whatever. I'm voting for a literal Colombian, Adam. You can vote for a gay. Also, thank you, Tex. I appreciate that. That black dude is his husband.
If you vote for a gay guy, you're gay.
Is Steve Dowell gay? Should I just ask AI? Is Steve Dowell candidate for Tex 31 gay? No evidence of a wife? Yes, he's gay!
I don't like those.
Adam's voting for a gay.
Adam is a known homosexual.
You can
here
no
at
longer
Deer.
say, oh, no way. Where is it? It says about Steve. Where does it say husband? He's a strong Christian. But you're gay. But you married a man. You married a woman.
But you're not. But you're not a Christian.
Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that? Hang on. It says he and his partner. Okay. He and his partner, Tim, have been together since 2021 and reside in Bell County. We gotta go. We gotta go to...
This is hilarious. This is oh.
Why does it always have to be a reaction?
All right, go ahead, brother.
Amen. Well, it's good to be back. It's good to be in a new year, amen. Well, if you got your Bibles, I'd like for you to turn to 2 Samuel. We're going to be in chapter 11, and while you're turning, I'm going to pray. Lord, I just thank you for all the good preaching that we heard, Lord. And Lord, if there's just someone in here lost, Lord, I pray this message will just touch their heart, Lord. And Lord, I just don't want them to leave out of here tonight and die and go to hell, Lord. And Lord, we thank you for all you do for us. In your name I pray, amen. The title of this message is Be Careful Who in my chamber back. There's gonna be no going back. Be careful who you let in the chamber of your friendship, and be careful who you let in the chamber of your marriage. There's people nowadays that are marrying each other that are gay, but they're allowing it in the home. And then and this don't add up to me. I just wanna point this out. It don't add up to me. You say that you're a Christian, right? Say that you're a Christian. I want you to listen to me good. You say you're a Christian, but you're gay. But you're gay.
But you're gay.
You married a woman. You married a man, but you say you're a Christian. Wait a minute, now that don't add up. I mean, go read Leviticus 18 and 22 and see what it says. Go read Romans 1, 26 through 27 and see what it says. Be careful who you let in the chamber of your marriage. I've had people to look at me and say, Mason, don't you know you got to have license to preach? Huh? License to preach.
Dude, I love this kid. I'd go to church every weekend to listen to this kid. Oh, I would literally never miss church if this kid was preaching.
Isn't that the kid that converted you from homosexuality?
Dude, this kid, I was never converted. But no, this kid cooks. I need to save that to my, I don't know, watch later. I want to watch this whole sermon. That's crazy. He's 10 and 70 at the same time. That's crazy.
Okay,
this kid actually like preaches. It's nuts. Anyways, yes. So Adam,
Hell yeah.
Listen, Adam, can you hop in show chat? We need to sell you. Now this is the perfect time to sell you on Valentina Gomez. I'm not voting. Adam, you're gonna vote in the general, right? You're gonna make me fucking solo lift fucking Valentina up in there? You're not even gonna vote in the general now? Adam got catfished by a candidate, guys. Is that crazy?
Adam's just being a hipster.
This don't add up to me. But you get what's up, Snap? He is in North Carolina, apparently. Should I go see him? 100% you should go see him, Landon. You need to go see if the aura is real. Let's go shake his hand at church and just say, hey, I saw your video, I'm a fan, and just see if he says, the Lord brought you to me today. I love that kid. I'd be so stoked. I honestly thought I saw it. Wow, you saw his beard. Adam. Good job. Adam, vote for Valentina. She's going to vote for, like, getting rid of the Muslims and stuff. What more do you want? What more do you want? What's up, Abrams? What's good, Abrams? Anyways, I don't want to get too distracted from the topic today, all right? The topic today is, in fact, Jeffrey Epstein. Be careful you let in the chamber emerge. Adam, it is too late. And yes, we're talking about Jeffrey Epstein because this video of his interview with Steve Bannon from 2019 came out. It's the full raw video. So sit back, forget everything you know or that you thought you knew about Jeffrey Epstein. Pin that shit, Landon. Let's go.
There's Wall Street's crashing.
I'm gonna get a snack.
I'm worried about my pension fund. What should I do? And I said, sorry, Wall Street's crashing. What's happened? And he said, there's some crisis and some companies are going bankrupt. I said, are you sure? And he said, yeah, it's all over the papers. We're all terrified. We're going to lose our life savings because we have either a 401k or our pension funds. We don't know anything about money. Mr. Epstein, can you tell us, like, what's going on? Am I going to be able to afford my children's education? Am I going to be bankrupt? Like this company called Lehman Brothers. And there's another company on the front page today called...
Adam, I will not let you
It's
do
a
that.
trap!
How dare you? Slander, literally? Bro, hop in VC, bro. I'm trying to DCS you right fucking now. DCS, Debate Championship Series, 1v1, me versus Adam on Valentina's rightful seat. But she deserves it.
Bear Stearns. Oh, no, I said. Why? Because that's the company I was a partner in. And in fact, that was a company I had a very large investment in. So, as a great story, I didn't have my Wall Street Journal, but in the early mornings you're allowed to make 2 phone calls, collect. And when you pick up the phone, you can dial a number.
Fair enough,
and
Adam,
when the person
but
picks up, they say,
still,
you're getting a call from the
consider
Palm
it,
Beach County
consider it.
Jail. Will you accept reverse charges? And the person either says yes, and the call goes through, or the person says no. The person I called was Jimmy Kane, the president of Bear Stearns. And I said, tell me what's going on. And so that my knowledge of the financial crisis happened with Jimmy, who was at the center of the storm, telling me about what Lehman had gone under, and they were trying to figure out a way, should they bail out Bear Stearns?
Did it strike you at the time of the mess you had made of your life to be in a situation that you're one of the greatest financial minds in the world, looked at by world leaders and asked their, your thinking by the most prominent and important people in the world, and here you are in solitary confinement. You got to make a collect call to somebody. Did it strike you at the time how all the threads of your life had come together and put you in a position, or you had put yourself in that position?
No.
So it never struck you when you had to make a collect, your one collect call, one of your 50% of your collect calls.
Embarrassing!
You call the president, head of the CEO of Bear Stearns. The biggest financial event in your life is taking place, of which one, every important person in the world would be seeking your opinion. Number 2 would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to apply your craft. Number 3, it would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make money if you were smart, and obviously you're smart. You're telling me here, truthfully, that it never hit you at all of how you'd ended up in a place where you had to make a collect phone call from a jail cell that was 6x9 with a steel bed and your food being passed into a slot.
The question you want to ask is, who was the other call to?
Okay, who was the other call to?
The other call was to my friend at J.P. Morgan, who was then, I didn't know at the time, trying to buy Bear Stearns. So at one point, I had 2 phones. It was difficult because they're afraid people are going to hang themselves with a phone cord. So they don't actually come together and they're pretty short. So I was actually going between 2 phones talking to Bear Stearns and J.P. Morgan at the same time. So I found it amusing.
And it never struck you about how to end up in a situation like this?
No, that would be probably means I would be too self-aware.
You can't possibly expect me to believe this.
I know. I don't believe it.
You're telling me that during that day, you never had a moment. You sat there and go, what the fuck have I done with my life? I'm in a 6x9 jail cell when I should be on a trading desk, or I should be in my $250 million the greatest townhouse in New York City, taking calls from the king of Saudi Arabia, the president of China, the head of Russia, the president of the United States, to save the world's population from a financial debacle. You honestly expect me to believe that never happened?
You're suggesting I was somewhat depressed, and how could this happen to me?
I'm not saying depressed. I'm saying a moment of awareness of how could I get myself into this situation.
No, I would just say how strange that this happens. It's strange. I'm wearing a jumpsuit and flip-flops.
What color was the jumpsuit?
Brown. Brown.
Brown jumpsuit?
Yes.
I notice I don't see you in a lot of brown.
No.
Brown jumpsuit and flip-flops?
Flip-flops, yes.
With no access to books, no access to newspapers?
No access to anything.
You had lived on information?
Except my Almond Joy bars. I had extra Almond Joy bars.
Did you eat Almond Joy bars and things like that because you're afraid of what the cooks did to your food?
Yes.
Is that because of that you were in for the crimes that you were in for?
No, it was just because...
He is smart.
Because you're wealthy?
You can just say he's smart.
How did you know that?
It's like, though, when people say,
would
like...
constantly if I was passing by, I would have to go for my medical. People would either have to borrow money or make some
His smartness doesn't override the assholery, though.
Well, if you didn't know anything about him and you're just watching this interview, I would just be like, okay, he's like a pretty smart finance guy.
He's a pretty smart asshole, yeah. That's what I would...
He's been an asshole in the interview, you think?
Smug.
He has a lot of money.
True. He's got fuck you money. That's part of the reason why he's smug. He does have that kind of permanence.
It's Steve Bannon interviewing him. It's a pretty scripted interview. Well, it's obviously like it's scripted, but it is just interesting to see Jeffrey Epstein in like just a normal presentation that's not like, whoa, pedophile meme. But I don't know. He got banned on Xbox for using racial slurs. I mean, honestly, he just like me, for real, for real.
Apparently someone found a clip of him. Although I don't know if that's actually... I think that might have been someone doing a joke, because I think it was like CP Gooner was the name.
CP Gooner? No way. That Gooner was not a term back then, was it?
Yeah, I know. I have to find
That
this
is
out
so
now.
funny.
What
The memes, I will say, the Epstein memes are so funny. Imagine going back in time and being able to meet him, though. It'd just be like, I just want to see if the aura is legit or not. It was like, what if he just was a normal guy and they've just framed him for like a ton of crazy shit, and he's just like, oh yeah, no,
No, brother, you don't avoid the reason why you're in jail and cut to, oh, the people I was calling who were really important, unless you're a smug asshole.
Well, maybe they're gonna get to it. Wait, this is from 2014.
Hey, you're just mad because I'll be able to do something with my fucking guitar in hands that you'll never be able to achieve in your entire life, kid. So yeah, you're gay.
That's funny. I've seen that video so many times. That's a great classic fucking
Ancient video, bro. That thing's so old, dude.
I know, it's so good.
Who posted that? Ban that guy.
Someone posted it and tagged Epstein, like just for the to go viral, to catch the wave. But dude, yeah. So Adam was endorsing a gay man. But that just only vindicates me
dude, we need our eunuchs.
Colombian.
We need our eunuchs to make a comeback when it comes to the bureaucracy. Honestly, Steve Dallow.
They can be gay, just like Valentina can be Colombian.
What if she was gay?
Oh my god.
And Colombian.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
She would never be gay.
You see this? This is insane. What is this? Is this a fucking... Is this real?
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
When Benjamin's so funny.
That's crazy. $20 like the third thing you linked me to. That's so funny. This guy who goes by Nani Love keeps getting convicted of like sex assault. We tag our friend who goes by Nani Love online too. That's so funny.
What a wholesome guy. Oh. Damn.
All right, back to the other whatever. The guy who made the Melania movie was on Epstein's Island. Like, come on. No way, really? It's interesting seeing one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse being interviewed, I guess. Bill Gates being a bitch after Epstein wouldn't give him... Oh, I did see that. Supposedly Bill Gates was like, I have to secretly give Melinda AIDS medicine.
Beginning.
What were the comments?
Please help.
At the beginning, what were the comments?
It serves you fucking rich guys right that you're here next to me.
There was nothing about your crimes?
No.
So all this rumor you hear all the time about people in prison that commit the type of crimes you commit, you're saying in your personal thing is not true?
No.
It was all because you were rich?
Yes.
And it was all because they wanted to borrow money?
We'll get it.
If this is a, I'm about to click on this link, Landon. If this is an Austin Riley highlight, I'm gonna end stream. Okay. All right. Okay.
But yeah, this is you.
I was about to just crash out.
Oh, I know exactly what this is.
Can't see it flashing! You fucking dumb niggers! You garbage fucking niggers! You garbage fucking bitch fucking niggers! You can't see it flashing! You're in the garage! You're in the fucking garage, niggers! Hey, niggers! 2 bitch niggers in the garage! 2 fucking dumb bitch fucking niggers in the garage! You can't see me flashing! You fucking dumb...
Thank you, Roland. Well timed. That was needed. I'm still not racist.
Garbage fucking niggers! You loser fucking niggers! You garbage shitbag!
Nobody's telling him to stop.
Niggers. You can't see it! Niggers! I'm leaving. I'm done. Bye, niggers! Bye! You're on beat!
Why is this so funny? Jeffrey Epstein, notice of permanent enforcement action, harassment, threats, and abuse. December 19th, 2013. That is so crazy. That was my senior year of high school. Just at 4 p.m. Could have been online with one of my friends. Right after school playing fucking... You telling me I was playing COD with Epstein? That's so funny.
Fuck you, boy! Shut your bitch ass I had 2 bullets in my boy! Shut your bitch ass
average
Bro,
cock.
I was like 13 at the time, and yeah, I would just mute everybody.
That's so funny. This could be him.
Fucking nigger, Alex.
Oh my god! It's just all the most offensive COD memes. This is a great meme to start 2026. Post the most offensive fucking COD clips. I'm kind of with it. This is funny.
You fucking nigger, bitch. Nigger ass fucking bitch. Just a nigger. Just a fucking nigger.
I was the one who reported him. That's funny.
How old are you?
Bro, chill. This AI shit's out of control.
How old are you?
Wait, is this an actual picture of him
Don't
playing
play
with
it
the
again,
controller?
goddammit.
How old are you?
I muted it.
You don't like it?
Fuck you. I muted it. Fuck you.
Sorry, I'll just play this part again. Just a second.
It's already muted. You have no power over me. Yeah,
How old are you?
Again, one more time.
I don't care about watching it. That doesn't matter to me.
It's the sound.
The double's not gonna be like, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna favorite this right now so I can fuck with Druid.
I like this one. I like this meme. This is funny as fuck. You're in the Epstein POV. You're in the Epstein files because you played Xbox in 2013.
No wonder the Biden DOJ went after white males.
Dude, that's so funny.
Advice.
Yes.
Where they get advice to, with the
Which
to go long, to go long.
Yeah, sure.
You're telling me
Is this time to buy?
You're telling me in solitary confinement they were interested in going long.
Yeah. They wanted the
What does that say about human nature?
Well, what I think the people find, one of the reasons they wanted to keep me in solitary confinement was they're afraid that everybody would want to know which stocks to buy. But what happened was, after this crisis, now it's on the front page of every newspaper.
I don't want to lose this day.
Sorry.
When you first heard that, was it Bear Stearns had been kicked into bankruptcy, 6 months before?
No, this is the same time. This is
He
part of the
is
same
very
deal.
good at hiding.
I thought no. Bear Stearns, they saved Bear Stearns and didn't save Lehman Brothers. That's
right,
6 months before they had bailed out Bear Stearns. But Bear Stearns was still a zombie.
A shell of its former self.
A former self. But they had, quote unquote, saved it. Why did they make the decision, in your mind, why did Hank Paulson and Bernanke, what's this concept of moral hazard? Explain to the audience what moral hazard is, and why did they save Bear Stearns 6 months before, and why did the smartest guys in the room decide not to save Lehman Brothers?
It's a good question. The real issue is I'd have to go back, when you have these systems, to the way your doctor responds to any type of emergency in your body. If they might decide to save your kidneys and let your gallbladder go because your gallbladder is less important to your overall system. People, if at that time, even it's not that long ago, the boogeyman was when said, well, what really happened? Jeffrey, what really happened? What is this financial crisis?
Why the hate, dude? Why the hate? Why are you such a hater? Wow. Guys, we got a Jeffrey Epstein hater in chat. What's all the hate about?
Discord.
No, I'm hating on the glasses. Yeah. No, okay, just the glasses. Just the glasses.
Yeah, the glasses suck. That was the
Just the
reason why.
glasses.
Like, Pin, before you even said like, take a clear mind, I was like looking at him. I was like, yeah, what would I do if like I didn't know anything about him? And then I was just like, I was looking at the glasses and I was looking at like his thin ass fucking lips, and I was like, even if I didn't know anything about him, I'd still just want to punch him. Like it's
Bro,
just
if
like
I didn't know anything about him and I was watching this interview, I'd be like, yo, what
I
do
would
you
think he was.
of
I
XRP?
would think he was like some academic PhD. Honestly, I would
I'd
be
literally
like,
I literally would ask him about XRP and value what he said about it. I'd be like,
you'd ask him
I'm
about
curious.
crypto. Don't lie. Don't lie. You'd
That's
ask
what
him
I'm
about
saying.
crypto.
That's XRP. It's crypto. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'd be like, yo, like,
Cool.
do you think crypto
Yeah,
is
we're
like
on the same
legit?
page.
Be like, yo. And hey, bro, you know, you can hate on the glasses, but
Oh, would you want to do crypto work?
it'd be cool.
Okay, I might have some people.
Oh, dude, he changes the glasses here.
And the outfit? Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, he has different
Wait,
glasses, and then he goes without them.
is there a transition where we like let's take a break and he's got a full ass? Are they doing this at his house?
It happens halfway through. Yeah, they do the second part.
What really happened? What is this financial crisis? And, you know, some of the progressives and the right wing blame it on the banks. It was the banks' fault. And it's the fault of this very esoteric, unknown concept of derivatives. It was really the derivatives that caused this financial crisis because the derivatives got somehow out of control and like in the Mickey Mouse.
And that was the way you started your road to a billionaire went right through derivatives.
Yes. But derivatives were not the cause. Derivatives were not the cause at all. It's like saying your hair was the cause of your heart attack because it was on top of your head.
So what
when
was
you
the
fell
cause?
down. There isn't, let me say, there's no one specific cause. These are system collapses. So many times when they have to make your death certificate, when you say, well, what did he die from? They'll say heart failure. But if you say, what was the cause of his heart failure? Well, he had low blood pressure, his sugar was high, he was diabetic, he had all these other problems. But they say, no, we need a word on your death certificate. Did he die from brain damage? Did he die from heart failure? And that's the financial crisis. Many people said, well, what caused it? They wrote, like on its death certificate, derivatives. But derivatives are not a fundamental cause of anything.
Was it Sunday or Monday? I take it was Monday morning when you made your two collect calls and you're talking to Bear Stearns on one hand and Morgan Stanley on the other.
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan. That was Monday morning. Did you, Jeffrey,
Landon, again, if this is an Austin Riley highlight, I'm going to hold the power button down on my PC.
Hey, we might have breaking news here, actually.
Here he comes. Riley in the air.
Oh, we got a banger. Wait, let's see the hit.
What's the breaking news, Chief?
What the fuck? No, play the. AI sued AI sued its owner. It's human.
It can't.
I know, but it fucking did. Like, it's got to be denied in court. Like, it's gonna be denied, but it's just gonna be like a person has to bring suit.
It tried to file. An AI tried to file.
It probably e-filed. Yeah. Asking for $100 in damages. From that Molt Book AI agent stuff.
Interesting. I don't know. We need to find more on that. We need to do a weekly podcast of the week, by the way.
True. Now that we've repaired the bridge. Oh, baby boy, come here. Video like 10 times.
Yeah, no, I was reading this thing from that Sadie sent. I'll open it. Let me open it. Sorry, I'm being retarded. I hate to be conspiracy theorist, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the tip of a giant iceberg. It's an email about Stellar and XRP where they say Ripple and Stellar are bad for the ecosystem we are building, and it does our company damage to have investors who are backing two horses in the same race. But this was an email to Jeffrey Epstein from Austin Hill. Who the fuck is Austin Hill? I have no idea who Austin Hill is.
Fuck you, my life is perfect. I have a cat in my arms.
Mm-hmm.
My cat is so awesome, he just lets me, like, hug him.
rappers were all homos. I used to hang out with these strippers and they would tell me that these rappers were all homos. They're like, oh yeah, we get paid to go to these parties with all these rappers and they just all end up banging each other and we just hang out. And so I started streaming about that years ago and everyone's like, oh, that's racist or something. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, this whole industry is like super.
I wonder what the psychology of that is. I think it's because they could get any girl they want. They get bored, right?
I've heard that, and it's also that daddy mentality. If you have the handler groomer, this is gonna sound weird, but if you ever see like a male goat, like I'm the boss.
Okay.
And it's about humiliation.
It's a mental thing.
Yeah, similar with like prison stuff. I think it's more like hold my pocket bitch type stuff than it is Brokeback Mountain.
That's a good explanation. What the fuck? Oh, I want one. Yes.
Listen, I please. Forgot what I just watched.
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind.
Look, it's Soy Pill as a cat. It's Cat Pill. Soy Cat.
You look so angry. This is what 3D printing is supposed to be used for.
All right, back to the goat.
Being one of the financial geniuses in the world, did you understand what Lehman Brothers going into bankruptcy, the domino effect, that by Thursday the financial system would be under such extremis that if it didn't have $1 trillion cash infusion in the United States, it might collapse?
Also, why is it just on Epstein and not like...
View that at the time?
Yes.
Because they're not showing C-Bannon, or
again, I don't want
to
to bore you or the audience with the idea of it's a medical procedure, but you had system failures. So you'd recognize that if I said to you, did you realize when your father was on the ground and he was clutching his chest and he couldn't breathe, it was a bad situation, he could die. That's how I saw it.
Did you immediately think about the commercial paper market? I mean, the mechanical triggers that actually you had to blow through these circuit boards. Did you know the circuits? Did you understand the circuits? Or did you have a concept of the circuits that were going to get blown through?
Yes, but only because of an analogy to a body. And in fact, from my telephones against the wall with my little metal wires, because the next day I talked to another person in Washington about the issues of what I thought was happening, and I made the same discussion about the...
They were at the Treasury Department?
Yes.
So they decided to bail it out. Did the Bear Stearns guys talk to you for advice at that time, in the big crisis in Bear Stearns?
No, but see, again, unbeknownst to most people, and it's easy to blame people for the financial crisis, like you'd blame someone for giving your father the drink before he had his heart attack. But what really happened, the real enemy of the finance system was Bill Clinton. And if you ask me what and who caused the financial crisis, I would tell you it was Bill Clinton.
Because of what Bob Rubin and he did to deregulate the financial system?
No. Because as of the last time we had our 60-minute interview, you talked to me about home ownership. And you asked me whether everyone should own a home. And I told you no, it's too risky.
So the financial collapse of 2008 is because of hardworking African Americans, Hispanics, and whites who wanted to have an ownership stake in the society that all rested on their shoulders. They're the culprits.
No, not at all.
Okay, then
I didn't say they were the culprits. I was pretty clear it was Bill Clinton.
Okay.
And why was it Bill Clinton? Because Bill Clinton wanted to get votes from those people. And he sold them the idea that instead of renting a house, and historically the values of houses have gone up, and he said, you guys in these local communities who haven't been able to afford a house before, I'm going to show you a way. I'm going to give you a way, because I'm sure I'll get you a vote, that you can own a house, because I want your vote. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let you buy a house, Mr. Bannon, when you're right on the border. Maybe you're not even on the border. Your credit is not good. Okay? Let's be honest. And it's not my fault, it's not Bill Clinton's fault, but whatever happens, at the moment your credit score or whatever it is, your credit's not good. Now, normally, you come to me and you want to borrow money, I'm a bank, and I say, I'm sorry, Mr. Bannon, I can't lend you money because your credit score is not up to where it needs to be. Hopefully, if you work harder and clean up some of your problems, it will be. But no, what I say to you is, I'm going to figure out a way to lend you, not give you. I'm going to lend you money anyway, though you don't have a good credit score. And don't worry, I'm going to get rid of the term that you don't have bad credit. Bad credit sounds pejorative. You don't want to be a person.
Sounds judgmental.
Yeah, sounds judgmental. So what we're going to do is we're going to call your credit situation subprime. Oh, nobody knows what that means. Subprime. That means prime is good credit. Subprime is not good credit, less than good credit. So we'll call it something that people really won't follow. And we'll tell you what. We're going to have people lend you money, though you are a subprime borrower, and I we'll figure out some government agencies to guarantee your loan. No, I don't think you're a good risk. So the banks say, no, 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 we don't want, initially. The banks say, sorry, this is too risky, Mr. President, for us. We're in the business of managing risk. It's not our money. It's the hard-working people's money sitting in our bank. We can't lend to people whose credit is not prime. You're asking us to lend to people who are subprime. And he says, here's the key, if you don't, Mr. Bannon, I'm going to make sure the Justice Department charges you with discriminatory lending because you refuse to lend to my subprimers. In business terms, you should never lend to. But what we'll do is I'm going to form an agency called Fannie Mae and Ginnie Mae, just another agency names. They'll guarantee your loan. So don't worry. Don't worry. You don't have to pay it back anymore. Even though and maybe you don't even have to work as hard anymore. That's probably a harsh statement, but these players, these two big firms, Fannie Mae, will guarantee the fact that that bank will receive its money. Now, the bank says, wow, best deal in history. I refused to lend to Mr. Bannon, but now he has the big brother, his Uncle Sam. He went to his Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam says, I'm guaranteeing it. The bank says, I want everybody. Give me as many people as you can give me. Because Uncle Sam is the best credit in the world. Not only that, it's the United States government. We'll take it all. We'll take as much subprime as we can handle because it's the best investment for the moment. It's a strange investment because it has politics that has inserted its way into the numbers. Politics doesn't belong in the markets. But now we're going to have, I want the votes, we'll make guarantees that you can't get a house normally, we'll be able to get a house from the bank. The bank says, this is the best deal in history. We will.
And I watched The Big Short. I did watch that movie.
Yeah, it was a bunch of guaranteed loans that couldn't be actually ever.
He explained that well, though.
Yeah.
After this, can we look at polls? I would never degrade you guys by making you look at polls. Store from 7/5/2019. Bro wanted the Red Knight so badly. How do you know it was the Red Knight? Just because that was the most prominent featured? Jeffrey Epstein has spent $25.95. Bruh. It is funny. He wanted the Red Knight. Dude only got 3 months with it. Yeah, how do you know? We don't know anything about it. You just had a $25.95 charge. It's just so funny.
Package.
You think he was a sweat? You think he could build?
100, 300, 1,000 of you subprimers, and we'll sell it off to somebody else. And the whole system becomes mired in subprime mortgages. That's becomes the issue.
What do you mean mired? There's just too much supply. It's a supply-demand problem. You get too much supply?
No, it's a very good question. What does too much supply mean? Well, then you get the people, go back to your first question to me. Government leaders. Government leaders know if they're good, and they can do mathematics, they can balance their checkbooks. So certain people in Congress said, well, how do you value these subprime mortgages? The banks say we've been valuing them the same way we've always valued them for the past 20 years. The accounting firms, there's something in this country called GAAP accounting, which is a standard type of accounting. And we account for them the same way we've always accounted for them. If we paid $1,000 for your mortgage.
What if he's not dead?
Last night, when we put it on our books today, we're going to say its value is $1,000. It makes sense. I paid for it. What's its?
Dude, I want to go to the UFC fight that's at the White House lawn. That sounds so sick. I kind of want to do that. We're doing one in Houston. I'm not going to fucking Houston. Literally 0% chance of me going to Houston for that, Landon. Fuck no, dude. 0% chance I go to Houston for anything. Ever. Fuck Houston, bro.
Wait, Memdani
Value.
actually is in a photo with Epstein? He's gotta be AI.
He's living big in Israel. Dude, why wouldn't he just be on the island still? It's not like they could easily justify nobody goes to that fucking island. He could easily just be living on the island.
He built a bunker underground.
Doesn't even need a bunker. He's on an island. Who the fuck's gonna go? You can't just
Haven't
go.
there been people who literally went, who did just go?
Yeah, and they lied, and they were shown an empty island while Epstein was like, hiding in the bunker for like a day. Nah, he'd be chilling. Didn't somebody already buy it? What a great cover. Have somebody buy it. What do you mean Epstein's on the island? Some guy bought it. Whoever bought it is on the Epstein files, by the way. I mean, just because the Epstein files include like all that shit, like his financial transactions and stuff. No doubt. No one is allowed on the island. That's what he did with the planes. Guy's a smart guy. He's a smart man.
It's $1,000. That's what I paid for it last night. No. The Congress people said, that's not really a good answer, you know. That doesn't give us confidence that you know what you're doing. Because what happens if you have to sell it tomorrow morning? If something's happened and you have to sell it. Remember the kinds of stress tests? Would you be able to value it at what you paid for it the day before? And Wall Street says, that's not the way you can think about this. This is crazy. We always value things at the cost from the day before. And they changed the accounting method. In essence, to say, not what it was worth yesterday, but if I have to sell, what would it be worth? That's impossible. So what happens is, every bank now has to value something they bought yesterday at lower than they paid. Never before in 20 years did they have to do this. So something they bought at 1,000, on their books was 1,000, is now 990. That starts to, you asked the question about what did I start to think about. Something's 1,000 and 990, this person now has to value it at 980.
When did you first start to get nervous? Understand
the wardrobe change.
In all this. Did you change glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
I changed shirt.
I saw the black.
Are you okay with the
Yeah, great. I think we're going to have all kinds of changes.
I'm experimenting. Okay.
Okay.
When did you get a feeling?
Sparkle. Is this a better look? We had look A. Now we're working with look B. All right.
It's worse.
Didn't Trump buy it? There's no way Trump bought Epstein's Island. It's a body double.
Did you ever anticipate?
New husk. Do you think he looks better, though, with these glasses? Man's got to have the lenses, you know what I mean?
Before it happened, something like 2008.
Billionaire Stefan Dekoff.
How could that be?
Purchased both islands.
What? What, Skibbity?
Stefan Dekoff owns them.
You sweating thinking about Fortnite. Yeah, dude, they probably took a Fortnite and smoke break.
It's the word I can beat it to death, is that it's very much like would I anticipate I'll have a heart attack tomorrow? Unlikely.
Was 2008 a heart attack or a stroke? Debilitating?
It's a better, it was both.
AI? No.
Why was it both? Because in fact, as I said, the blood was getting dried up in the system, and the head, which is sort of the central bank, wasn't working. So to some extent, it was a combination. It was a crisis.
Did you see that building up over time?
It's always been lurking in the background. I mean, if you have an older parent, would you say it's possible? Did you anticipate him having a heart attack today? No, you hope things are going to go better and maybe they'll fix it up. The system was getting too complex, and it wasn't based on derivatives, because what people keep forgetting, and as I was just explaining, Wall Street, and in many professions, including Wall Street makes it sound complicated. They don't want the little guy to understand what they do, because they make so much money, and they don't do very much. So they couch it in words like derivative and stock options and commodity futures and different types of contracts. It's all everyone is capable of understanding it. It is not complicated. But Wall Street, because they make so much money from doing fairly simple things, needs to make it more complicated than it really is.
We had a very big recession in the early 90s based upon real estate and Japan basically imploding.
Let's again, you had a recession in the 90s. I don't know what it's based upon. It's always interesting to look back and say, separate from there's certain triggers, like in the 70s there was
What do you think it was based upon, the 90s downturn? Clearly there was a huge downturn.
No, I know there was a downturn. That's what I know for sure.
That's a fact.
Everything else is sort of speculation about why did he have...
I understand that, but there's some speculation that has 0% probability of being true, and there's others that have 90%.
They're not going to broadcast the fight at all? Can I spoil something? Yeah, you can spoil it. Yes, you can spoil it. Sparkle, go ahead. Why wouldn't they broadcast it?
In the range, when you look at the range of alternatives of what could have caused it in 90, and what I'm trying to do is get you all the way up to 2008. Look, you're the smartest guy in the room, right? You know that. Do you think there's anybody in the world today?
Oops, this is going to be a bad question.
No, but do you think anybody in the world today? The Alan Greenspans, the Bernankes, is there any central banker you know, any partner of any Wall Street firm, any guy running a trading desk, and I would take it that would be, or anybody at Larry Fink at BlackRock, Steve Schwartzman at Blackstone, the top 100 financial guys, and let's throw in a couple of Nobel economists, and let's throw in the best professors at Wharton, at Harvard, at Stanford. Do you think that there's anybody that understands money or understands the world's financial system as good as you?
There must be.
But it doesn't come to the top of the head?
No.
Okay, fine. Now that I've gotten that, let's go back to 1990. In that arc from the fall of the Berlin Wall to 2008.
Good.
We started with the implosion in Tokyo of the Japanese economy, Japanese financial markets. We had the huge run-up in internet stocks. right? We had the implosion of that in 2000. The bankruptcy of Drexel Burnham in 90, implosion of Japan, huge run-up in equity markets for the internet, implosion of the internet in 2000, 10 years later roughly. And then this run-up through the Iraq War and all that, the run-up to 2008. Every 10 years, it seems like, we're in some sort of, 10 years before the 1990s was the 70s.
You sound like an astrologer.
Okay.
And not a financial person.
I agree with you, a mathematician. It just seems to me a pattern of every 10 years.
That's misleading. That's exactly right. Because people like to see patterns. People like to see patterns where there are none.
So a pattern of a financial crisis every 10 years is just in my mind.
Yes.
Long-term capital that had to be bailed out
later on,
back in the late 90s when everybody panicked. And that wasn't a big, that bailout today would look small. And it was $5 billion or was $30 billion.
Businesses fail all the time.
But they long-term capital, the Federal Reserve stepped in.
But I'm saying people go bad. Things go bad all the time.
Yes, you're correct. The audience that's watching this, the little guys, they go bankrupt all the time and nobody gives a shit. You know why? They're a little guy. But when long-term capital management goes bankrupt, or Bear Stearns goes bankrupt, or Lehman Brothers goes bankrupt, people care because
it's an unfair characterization.
Why do you say that?
Because again, it's the complexity of the situation. If you think about you have a complex system. You have your body. Now, in fact, the little guy is my finger. This is
Bear Stearns is your heart.
That's correct. The banking system is my heart. The system, I can't risk my because remember, it's not only my.
You haven't been able to name.
Hang on.
You haven't. Hang on. No, hang on.
I was trying to hang. I want to see if the hang on worked.
You haven't been able. You're not good enough yet. You're like junior wizard trying to do it. You haven't. Yes. Okay. Since we can't name another guy that's as good as you. There may be a couple out there. You're not bragging. You're humble. It had to be sometime. Please tell me there was some time before you went to jail and basically got cut off from daily information in the summer of 2008 that you started to get very nervous that this complex system, that something was deeply wrong.
Okay, first, when I say no one understands the system better than I do, it doesn't mean I understand.
You always sound like a doctor. You're afraid he's going to get sued for giving a thing.
Yes,
you're not taking on any liability. There's no contingent liability here for you.
No. But the word understand is the problem. Okay. I don't understand the system. So I don't understand the financial system.
Please stop. You cannot sit here and tell me. What we just went through, I'll go through again. The hedge fund managers, the money managers, the central bankers, the commercial bankers, the heads of the investment banks, the heads of all the trading desks, the top economists, and I'll throw in the business school lectures at Stanford. Of all the top 200, 250, you can't name at the top of your head the guys are at least at your level. You have to understand it somewhat.
No. Sorry. We all don't understand it. No one understands it. It's a miracle. That's part of the problem. It's impossible to understand. That word understand simply means if this happens here, that will happen there. It's predictable. Understanding means it's predictable. It's not predictable. That's the problem. In complex systems, that was the fascination. Is there a way to tease out some level of predictability?
So
no, in fact, you would ask the question. It's a great question, which was it a stroke or a heart attack? Now, most people don't know that before they're going to have a stroke, they had a stroke. They just have a stroke. Do they understand why? In hindsight, you go back and you can make lots of explanations. It might sound good. And if you're talking to the working man, you're using language that he'll never understand. It's complex. So he, just like going to his doctor, he says he has a gastrointestinal problem, he has diverticulitis, as opposed to saying, you had a stomach ache, you ate bad food. People don't like to say it in normal, everyman terms. The system had a stroke, and we don't know why.
But hardworking people, and there's a great social benefit, would you not agree, with people having ownership in the system?
When you say ownership in the system, it doesn't mean...
Let's start over.
Okay.
So flip over your phone, too, because
yes.
I don't want anyone to on your phone. So maybe flip it down or something.
Yeah, who knows what the fuck comes up with that phone?
That's correct.
Which one has any...
KSA.
I can't not believe I've got the magic moment when you're in fucking prison or jail, wherever the fuck it is.
That's crazy.
Solitary.
Now, there's a funny part of that we missed, which is the funny part is what you asked me.
Is there anything funnier than that? For black humor,
I don't make any black comments. Sorry. You asked me what I was wearing.
That's right. You're too wrapped up in the Me Too movement.
Yes. So I was wearing a brown jumper and a brown pair of pants given to me by the jail with the word trustee on the back.
Because you had qualified to be a trustee?
Well, the funny part was it was spelled Trusty. So I wasn't really sure. I'd been a trustee in many different operations, but it was the first time it was actually printed on my back and spelled incorrectly.
Probably had a higher level of being a trustee at that than you had at all the boards that you were trustees, right?
Yes, because the trustee meant you get two devices to clean your toilet as opposed to one.
Yeah, but it also meant that you had some sort of personal fiduciary own responsibility for oneself, right?
In the jail?
Well, that's what being a trustee is. That's what they give you too.
Talking about boring finance
You get two cleaners. I was a trustee in the jail because I was able to teach some of the kids to help them get their GED. So that's how they gave me a trustee job.
There's no time. I got to go back to this because I'm like a dog with a bone in this thing.
Yes.
You can't. There's something deeply fucked up with you.
At least something.
Well, we know there are things deeply fucked up with this. You will get through in this film, right. But you cannot possibly have to sit there, knowing that you came from nowhere, knowing that you went to the very top of what is considered outside of science and maybe physics, the thing people most admire because it's like alchemy, understanding high finance. To sit there in what will be the defining financial crisis of our time, like Black Friday or Black Monday, whatever it was, in the Great Depression, and be there at that exact moment. triggered in part by a firm that you used to be a partner in and knew intimately well and created much of your initial net worth because of. And know that you couldn't, someone who lives on a phone, right? Because you do live on a phone.
Glasses off.
You had to make just 2 collect calls. You cannot tell me sometime during that day you did not have that conversation with yourself of how the fuck did I do this to myself to put myself in West Palm Beach in a 6x9 cell with a metal fucking bed with a brown shirt that said trustee spelled wrong.
So did I find it amazing that I was there? That's
not amazing. I don't want to say it's not funny. Oh, I thought
I wasn't funny.
Right. Not amazing.
No, it was incredible.
Incredible in what way? Incredible like how do I do this to myself?
No. It's as incredible as me sitting here in this house. They are both just 2 sides of the coin. That's how I think about it.
Dude, I think it's interesting. They're going to get into the fucked up shit. I want to see how he defends it. Because you guys were right. He's been ignoring it this whole time.
Stoics are not very happy.
They've been treating him like he's
being
a
hermit
guy.
Being in that 6x9 cell, being in the cell, qua the cell was not the problem, right?
Correct.
What was the problem?
Eating the almond joy bars.
Because you couldn't eat the food.
No, right. But remember, my life is.
Did that ever strike you that I can't eat the food because somebody might have done something to it? I got to live off an almond joy bar, 1 a day or 2 a day or whatever. How many ever sneak in a day?
No sneaking in.
Your 1 almond joy bar, it did not hit you at some time? How the fuck did I do this?
No.
Just for the
Let's
record,
go back to the spring
guys,
of 2008. Were you so wrapped up in your personal issues at the time you were not spending enough
I
time
don't want to like this guy. I'm just giving it a good, honest chance because Frost, 544 in chat, you guys know him. Frost has been just so adamant that he's such a dope and cool guy and that I really need to give him like a fresh view. So I'm like trying to see this with an open mind. I know it's like a little edgy, but it's really just because Frost is like super pro Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I mean? So like I want to see. I'm gonna mute. Hang on.
I'm an Epstein kind of guy, everybody.
Yes. Yep. Perfect. All right, now he's server muted, so he can't continue and defend him. I'm just kidding.
Let me just tell you right now all about the Epstein. I have a Epstein shirt. I got an Epstein backpack.
Yes.
I got an Epstein.
Free Epstein. Free
I got Epstein. I got Epstein undies.
Free Epstein.
I got Epstein. I got Epstein pancakes. Pancake mix. Epstein. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Emails are way more informative. Well, apparently they're gonna get into all this stuff here. I want to see what they get into when they say, "Lo, there's some fucked up things about you." I'm interested to hear what that is all about from his perspective, what his presentation of it is.
Financial markets, or were you deeply involved in the financial markets like you normally were?
No, I was involved.
So we're saying that the smartest guy in the room didn't see it coming.
No, of course.
The bankruptcy of Bear Stearns, you just thought was a Bear Stearns problem. You didn't see it as systemic.
I know you keep harping on it, but it's not.
Because you're a mathematician and understand systems. It seems anybody understands that they had a systemic problem, you at least be the first on the early search radar. If you're not going to see it, then I'm really afraid, because that means that I always assume there's at least a set of guys out there that have some sort of sense that something's not right.
Imagine the guy who has a stroke or had the heart attack. When you ask him, did you feel funny the day before? He's going to tell you, yeah, I didn't feel right. Something was off. I didn't feel right. I had my stomach was right. I felt a little dizzy. I felt a little weak. But if you asked him the day before, do you think you're going to have a heart attack tomorrow? He'd say, no, I just feel a little weak. I'm a little dizzy. My stomach hurts. So these systems, and that's the issue of complexity. What complexity says is that, in fact, everything seems to go along, and people have seen it. One of the great examples of complex systems is sand dunes. In fact, the sand keeps building up. People have seen some, and all of a sudden, one more sand drop, and all the sand starts running down the hills. That's the way I see the financial market.
When you funded Santa Fe in the early 90s or late 80s?
I believe it was early 90s. I can get back to you.
But early 90s, Santa Fe was funded for the study of complexity theory.
So let's back up. So why did I buy a ranch in New Mexico in 1993? So that gives you some sense. So I would have funded it in 1990. Los Alamos, which was the high-energy lab up in New Mexico, was losing all its scientists.
And Los Alamos, it was where Oppenheimer and where a lot of the nuclear weapons were, the bomb.
That's where the Manhattan Project.
Manhattan Project was as Los Alamos, and you bought your property out in New Mexico to be near that?
Yes, because the scientists were they cut the funding for high-energy physics. But the people who worked in Los Alamos would still be in the Santa Fe area.
They cut that because this was the Cold War dividend, right?
Woman in background.
Exactly important, Steve, for today. Because most of the science up until today
was
things that are starting to approach the limit.
Okay, maybe.
You were taught in high school that if you had 1 divided by 0.
Signals, Epstein finishes math.
If you remember your high school algebra, you were told, what's the answer to that? Is there an answer to 1 divided by 0? No, if you were in high school, it's like, stay away from it. It's the boogeyman. You could write it down as it's undefined. It's not able to be determined. There's a bunch of things. But in fact, 1 divided by 0 is a strange things happen. It's a world of the strange. And what I'll explain to you after is that
let's measure
when you get 1 divided by 0, you get into a world we don't know what happens. The answer is it's not explainable. We can call it things like undetermined. We can have a convention to say it's X, Y, or Z. But in real life, we don't know what happens when you are actually at the limit. So Newton thought the same concept is that the limits were God. You got close to God, but you could never be God. He had this sort of religious interpretation.
Okay, I want to go back to Newton. Why is Newton such a big dividing line in mankind's history? What is it about Newton? What is it about what he's trying to solve? What did they not know beforehand? And because we live to a degree in a Newtonian universe, although I realized later subparticle atomic physics, but at least for a while it was Newtonian.
Miracles. Not magic. Magic has a bad connotation.
You don't believe in the spirit or the soul? That's what animates people, is your spirit or your soul. That's have you ever seen someone die? When they die, their spirit leaves.
Their soul leaves, no question. So
there's no question to you about
no
that.
Question.
There's no question to you that there is some animating life force within us that leaves when you're dead.
Yes, in fact, I refer to the soul. There's obviously the questions in the past, even
because people would normally think you were soulless. So
thank you.
Have you talk about you actually believe in it and have done some thinking about it? It's pretty shocking.
Again, mathematics,
developing
Leibniz,
on its own.
And Leibniz thought.
So Newton was at Cambridge, and he was the head of the math department, right? He's a professor.
Yes.
But Leibniz, was Leibniz a German professor?
Yes, but what Leibniz said is the soul is so strange because God took chemicals, which is simply the material, like tables, and he somehow made this material able to have a thought. How strange is that? Not only does it have a soul, but there's some way it was put together that this material substance is able to think. So when you say to me, it's obvious to everyone that there's such a thing as a soul. Now, if you're part of the charlatanville, you'll try to explain it to people. The soul I describe as the dark matter of the brain. Why is it dark matter? Because in high energy physics nowadays you hear terms of dark matter, dark energy. Again, terminology. It's a complicated term. Why is it dark matter? Because we can't see it, that's all. What do you mean you can't see it? Well, somehow we see something moving towards this area of darkness. I can see this thing. This appears to me to be empty. It's just black. But I see it being drawn this way. So I say, well, I know if this were matter, that would follow that equation. If this was solid, it would explain the way this particle moves. But I can't see anything here. So I'll just call it dark matter. And I'll say, I don't know what it is, but it behaves as if there was something there. The soul is obvious to everyone that there's something different between things that are alive and things that are not alive. But we have no idea what it is. It's currently unexplainable. I believe we need an entirely different system of analysis to try to figure out.
With Newton, with all his chemical studies and things he worked on.
Don't we all believe? Doesn't our soul leave our body when we die, go to heaven? What? Didn't he want to repopulate the world with his seed? Imagine Jeffrey Epstein's everywhere. They all look exactly like this.
Leibniz had just talked about the soul. Schroeder talked about what it's like. If a modern scientist or someone that you funded at MIT or Harvard or one of these things talked in those types of terms, they would be considered to be a wingnut today, wouldn't they? They would not be on the path for tenure, right?
Unless they were in the philosophy department.
This is exactly my point. We're talking about 3 of the greatest mathematicians in mankind's history that have really changed mankind. Talking like this, what happened? How do we get to a situation where they could not be in the high physics? They could not be in the mathematics department or working in high energy physics.
Good, it's an easy answer. Newton was a combination of mathematician or geometer then and philosopher, and as time went on, those disciplines seemed to move apart. We had philosophy. Some of the philosophers can't do math, and some of the mathematicians. And again, mathematicians often break into 2 categories: people that solve problems. Those are more like geometers in the old days, just problem solvers. And then there's thinkers, theoreticians. They're more like the old movement towards philosophy. But
Look,
neither one of those.
I know that he's got fucked up shit, but just as far as the interview and the conversation, he's smarter than Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's
That's not a high bar, my
explaining these
friend.
things better than fucking Bill Nye. He's pretty. I think he's smart. I don't think he's dumb. I think he's really interesting and not retarded, actually. But that doesn't mean that if whatever he's guilty of is okay.
Wood chipper.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is a literal retard. That's true. But he's not really giving points. He's just kind of guiding him to say. I don't think it seems like that. You are getting a little bit of Jeffrey Epstein here. This is a bit of an insight on him.
2 groups have been able to figure out why something is alive as opposed to something that's not alive. No one's been able to describe what the soul is, but we all know it exists. And I think what we need is a new... Science is a bad word. I think science only describes the things we already know about the physical world. In fact, there's an argument that the physical world that we see has been created out of our systems of mathematics. Mathematics, everyone knows mathematics describes the physical world much greater than it should, unless you, my view, the physical world really comes out of conscious beings that have mathematics. So they create it. This table appears to you and I to be solid. To a bat, because we have light that's bouncing off the table into our eyes, it appears solid. If instead of eyes that responded to wavelengths of visual light, our eyes responded to radio waves, the radio frequencies, it's not different, it's the same type of frequency as light with different speeds, the table's invisible. We know that our phone works in this room. So the waves are coming through the windows, the waves are coming through the walls. So the walls are invisible to that type of radiation, that type of energy. The walls are, I can see them because my eyes, a physical system, determines that the walls are there.
You, with Murray Gell-Mann, you founded, or were the original donor, and had the idea of Santa Fe Institute. In 10 or 15 years later, that effort to study the complexity of systems mathematically.
Yes.
It's
a total failure. Yes.
A total failure.
Total failure.
Why is that?
It's the failure of science because, in fact, if to some extent, science doesn't describe romance. I don't know why I'm attracted to somebody. I don't know. People are attracted to each other, and everyone has the same feeling. They've seen someone walk in the room, and they say, oh, that person gives me a creepy feeling. Science has tried to describe...
I was going to say, he's smart. He doesn't mean he's good. And look, I only know what you guys have all obviously seen. And, like, yeah, if he's guilty of fucking trafficking children, obviously we all agree. That's, like, why all the memes are so funny. But is there any chance that any one of you guys could ever be convinced that this guy wasn't guilty? Would that be, like, even possible? Like, I don't even know if it's true for me. What's up? What's up, Neckis? What's up, Neckis? Welcome.
Science doesn't describe what creepy feelings.
You're here to watch, see what the goat has to say. You're here to see what the goat has to say. He's guilty, and I'm not even a model citizen. Well, I mean, like you're like he's definitely guilty because we obviously all know the allegations. That's what I'm really trying to say. We all know what the allegations are, and yeah, maybe he's guilty. He's probably guilty. It doesn't matter. He's dead, but it's like, if you were sat on a jury and they were like, can you honestly judge the evidence, or are you already like decided? I don't care if he's guilty or not. I'm listening to him ramble and he sounds retarded to me. I found your channel via baseball tag, but I think my timing is bad. That's true. Baseball season hasn't started yet, but when we do, I do stream my baseball games in my men's league. So there is baseball. It wasn't false advertising, but no, this is also primarily a political channel with trippy green screen background. We're not always watching Jeffrey Epstein, to be clear. He hits 125 every season. That's cap. That's bullshit. I actually had a hit streak. I get... Shut the fuck up, Landon. It's cool. I mostly follow MLB. I'm a Met. You're banned. You're banned. I'm just kidding. You're not banned, but that's funny. No, that's cool. I'm a Francisco Lindor fan. Landon, chill. No, I'm a Orioles fan. Former Indians fan turned Orioles fan when they changed their name. Fuck the Guardians. Why would you ban me because I'm a Mets fan? I was just kidding. I just thought it was funny that someone would crash out over a Mets fan. It's like, what the fuck? It's like the Mets. No, you're good. You guys are fine. The Mets have always had some players I liked. Well, it's like some of the Mets players. You thank me for giving you Pete Alonso. Yeah, and didn't Carlos Santana play with you guys? Where'd he go? He went to the Phillies, maybe. Where did he go? Carlos Santana. He's one of my favorite players. Bartolo Colon played for the Mets. Austin Riley doesn't own a team. Landon. But, that's not true. Sports are not of God. Sports are fine. We relax. Qatar's ruling family, Al Thani, is shown up 297 times in the newly released Epstein files. Because all I hear from the left is that it's still less than like 1% of the files that are released. Adam says 60%. But also, like, dude, I don't care about the fucking Epstein files. I just don't. What I care about, and here's the thing, because people are like, oh, didn't you care about it years ago? Yeah. You know why? When the Epstein didn't kill himself meme was big, you know why that mattered to us then and it doesn't now? Because it was always about awareness. It's not about the individual. Like, you think it's just Jeffrey Epstein? You think it's just this one island? You don't think it's happening right now? You don't think there's like a billion different fucking cells of this? Literally a billion. Literally 1/8 of the planet is involved in this. The point is awareness. And who the fuck isn't aware now? So it's like now we get to the next step. Okay, it's not about the Epstein files anymore. Everybody knows what the fuck is going on. We all know that there's blackmail, there's child sex trafficking. I mean, seriously, is Hillary Clinton not torturing little children to get their adrenochrome and live longer, to live forever? Is that not happening? Do we not believe in the adrenochrome anymore? How far have you guys fallen off? Not gonna lie, we arrest everyone on that list and line them up, then we continue. But what's the list? Like, we have a list of you engaged in child sex trafficking. Once we can confirm that list, I'm down. Yes, you should get the death penalty for engaging in child sex trafficking. But it's also like, what was the blackmail? Who was blackmailed? What votes were changed? How many bills should have passed or shouldn't have passed? Shit goes crazy, guys. It's about awareness. Oh, this is the whole QAnon plan, by the way. Mass awareness, mass arrests. You can't have mass arrests without mass awareness. We've got mass arrests, or mass awareness, gang. We also kill Freddy Fazbear, who's also on the list. You know what? We're going to have to be careful. Don't forget, we were just looking at it earlier. Jeffrey Epstein was playing Xbox in 2013. There's a chance that any one of us could be on the Epstein list. Any one of us could have partied up with Jeffrey Epstein in a slur-ridden lobby. That shit was so funny. Billy Bob Scroggins, 87. Hello. Is that a follow notification? That's weird. Doesn't usually like that. Anyways, never had an Xbox, so I'm calm. Okay, yeah, so you're definitely not in the Epstein files then. You're good. You're safe.
I had an Xbox. I'm scared.
Yeah, you're cooked, dude. You probably partied it all up with Scuba was in that shit deep at the time. High chance Scuba played with Epstein. Your awareness is measured out to you and labeled truth with a propaganda scheme behind it. Wake the fuck up. What exactly would he be playing? He was playing... Well, we know he played Fortnite, and he was supposedly playing, what, Black Ops 1, probably? I don't know. Anyways, we're almost through this.
Feelings means.
The last segment of this is the longest.
It's a creepy feeling. I think women, as I said the last time, have an intuitive sense. What is intuitive? They have intuition, they have feelings, and they're able to deal in the realm of things that men, especially men like myself, find unexplainable. Women have intuition, men see things a bit differently. Men want to measure everything. Women are not really that interested in measuring.
In what you're saying in macro terms, you actually think science, mathematics, maybe ultimately technology...
he kind of cooked there. He kind of cooked there. Women aren't that interested in measuring. He kind of cooked. It's true. That's why like men are more interested in sciences and like breaking shit down and mechanics and stuff, and women are just like feelings and TV show and cute thing. He kind of cooked there. Am I the only one? Okay. Move on.
Moving to that more intuitive.
I think science and math are old-fashioned. And unfortunately, people are still taught that they have to learn algebra in school and certain things in school, as opposed to learning to
Is this what Larry Summers was trying to get at? Maybe he didn't say it perfectly enough, but what he was trying to get to in that system, the systems we study today, the way mathematics is either taught or understood, that women just haven't gotten up to the highest realms of engineering or physics or mathematics because of that. And you're actually implying that there's either new branch of science, or we've hit an inflection point like in Newton that's going to go in. Newton took mankind in a different direction because he was able to measure. Then you had subatomic, non-Newtonian physics later. Are you saying that you think there's another developing field that's coming up that may take us, I don't know how many decades to get our hands around, but that's what's evolving out of this?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I think that mathematics, it's not the end of science. Every year someone says it's the end of, we can't discover everything. There's lots to discover with relationship to the physical world, but we know a lot already. In respect to the unexplainable world, we almost know nothing. Women, again, sense it. And instead of Larry Summers, I won't digress too much, but Howard Gardner early on said, there's not one form of intelligence. It's not mathematical intelligence. There's emotional intelligence. There's kinesthetic intelligence. There's this argument that I reject that black people are less intelligent than white people. It's not true. We know, for example, that if I was in the forest and I had to run from the lion or figure...
Confirmed not racist. That's unbelievable. Confirmed, not racist.
I'm still not racist. I'm still not racist. Don't gaslight me, I'm not racist.
Don't let anyone ever slander the name of woke Jeff. Woke Jeff. Yeah, what a woke liberal. He doesn't know.
Figure out a way not to be eaten. And my
he said he rejected the theory.
Local African.
You're right.
I'm the one who's getting eaten because they have the intelligence to deal with their local environment. So it's just different. It's not better. It's not worse. But there's many differences amongst different types of people, and so people have different intelligences, and they excel in some intelligences usually, and less so in others.
Wanting to come to, because the world of high finance is a world of pure reason, or is it a lot of emotion and gut checks and on trading desk and central banks when these decisions get made? Is it that high church, like the high church of science of high energy physics, or is it as much emotion that comes in as much?
Intruder alert! We have an illegal in the chat. He seems charming and intellectual. Yeah, who is this guy? Who is this well-spoken gentleman here? Who even is this? I don't know who this is. I've never heard of Jeffrey Epstein. I've never even heard of this guy.
Much as the mathematics and the reason.
It's a great question.
You know, I'd love to hang out with this guy. If this guy invited me to a party, I'd go, even if it was like super out of the way on like an island or something. I would be worried that maybe there'd be some underage kids there. That would concern me a little bit. But I'd probably just be like, what are the odds? Like, he's well connected. Of course not.
I think if you talk to really experienced and successful traders and you ask them how they know what's going on, they can't give you an answer. They don't know. They feel it. They can feel the way the market's moving. They can feel the way the stock's moving. And these are not very well-defined terms. It's difficult to put in mathematics terms. How did I feel it? You could look back and make guesses what I was seeing. But great traders feel it and then act on their feelings. That's the difference. Many people feel it but are afraid because they want a mathematical justification before they take that next step.
When you first got on the trading desk at Bear Stearns in the late 70s or mid 70s, were you shocked by how little actual understanding of mathematics that the traders comprehended?
Yeah, well, again, we had a Texas Instrument calculator. Most stockbrokers, especially before 1975, if they were good stockbrokers, could add. That's about it. They could multiply. If you could multiply, you were already in the top 15% of stockbrokers. Stockbrokers simply meant there's a story. When I went to the first person, I had no money. And I said, how much money do you make a year? And he said, $400,000. I said, impossible. I'm making $10,000.
That's probably more than your family had made in its entire existence.
Yes. And he makes it in a year. I said, what do you do? And he said, it's too complicated for you to understand. Which is what the main thrust of Wall Street people, they want to tell you it's too complicated. Because if you understood that person was simply, he had a brother-in-law, in fact, in this case, who ran the pension fund at General Motors. His brother-in-law would call him and say, buy 1,000 IBM. He'd hang up the phone, he'd write it out on a ticket and walk it to a window. That was his entire skill set. Hello, write what my brother-in-law says, walk it to a ticket window.
Give me an example when you were on the trading desk in the early days at Bear Stearns of a time that you felt either complete uncertainty or you saw total panic, where something was happening that people couldn't foretell and that they were like in an airplane cockpit where it's going wrong. Walk us through that.
In 1978, I think it was, across the news wires, there had been a collapse of the currency in Thailand. On the other side of the world, had no relationship to me. I wasn't sure where Thailand was. But the fact that a currency, a country's money, had all of a sudden dropped tremendously in value, affected the rest of the world's markets. And people panicked because they'd never seen that before. A very small part of a very complex system had a shock throughout the whole system. So prices on Park Avenue apartments, the bond markets, the stock markets, every started to gyrate. You know, there's an old mathematical expression that if a butterfly wings in Mexico make the wrong turn, it spins out, and eventually, by the time it gets to Canada, it turns into a tornado. So these are part of complex systems. So yeah, Wall Street in certain parts.
Santa Fe Institute was supposed to actually come up with a formula for that, for the butterfly wings. Why in 15 years did you reach the end of at least that experiment?
Every attempt to, so that's why it's so exciting now, because I think certain people are starting to realize that there's so many things that are unexplainable that we have to think about them differently. Music is a great example. It's a common man's example. You know, when you hear a certain song, it makes you feel a certain way. How does it do that? We don't know. We can't mathematize it. And even that music, Steve, nowadays we compress music. When you have a violin, it's compressed onto your iPhone. So what does compression mean? I'm taking lots of information and I'm cutting it into lots of pieces and squishing it together. And when I squish it or compress it, I have to take out lots of pieces, but I say that they're not very important pieces. It's those pieces that we take out when we compress data to me, are the most interesting.
I want to run that back 1 second.
Of information, and it's compressed onto your music, Steve. How does it do that? We don't know. We can't mathematize it. And even that music, Steve, nowadays we compress music. When you have a violin, it's compressed onto your iPhone. So what does compression mean? I'm taking lots of information and I'm cutting it into lots of pieces and squishing it together.
Yeah, where's the part where he says, hang on.
Nowadays we compress music. For a certain song, music is a great example. It's a common man's example. You know when you hear a certain song, it makes you feel a certain way. How does it do that? We don't know. We can't mathematize it. And even that
music... You need to clip that. Can we clip that? Oh my god, we have to clip and crop that. Landon, that shit's so funny. Just him saying that, and then that in the background is so funny. This is music. It makes you feel a certain way when you hear it.
That we have to think about them differently. Music is a great example. It's a common man's example. You know when you hear a certain song, it makes you feel a certain way. How does it do that? We don't know. We can't mathematize it. And even
we need to. There's got to be so many banger edits from this interview. I can't wait to see the memes.
Nowadays we compress music. When you have a violin, it's compressed onto your iPhone. So what does compression mean? I'm taking lots of information and I'm to take out, analog poems get a little closer to what that really means. But even the concept of what is life becomes complicated when you deal with plants and seeds.
Bro, this is probably every conversation that everyone went to the island is going to claim they had. Like, no, oh, I wasn't there for a party, bro. We were talking philosophy, dude. We were talking philosophy. This is a great screen cap. Can we get that screenshot that? Thanks for the note on that. That is peak. It's going in the group chat. It's Stephen Austin Riley clip. Don't play it, Sadie said to me.
Is a seed alive? I don't know. Certain people say no, it's dead. When you're a banana, one of my favorite examples is the banana that's sitting on the countertop in your kitchen today. Is it alive or dead?
What do you think about human life? Tell me about human life.
But your banana is alive. That banana's breathing. It's on your. You say that's impossible, Jeffrey. No, it's not.
Is the banana conscious?
All these words. These are words. So everyone's trying to fit very complicated concepts into a very small box called conscious or alive. These don't fit in that way. So if you put your banana in a bag and put another fruit in with it, the fruit ripens faster because the banana breathes with it. We don't understand most of those things. So you asked the big question. Sorry.
You talk about the life. What about human life?
What about it?
Wait, what did he say about the fruit? Did that make sense?
Tell me what do you think? What do you think human life is?
It's a miracle.
I've not seen the
Elon emails. When I say miracle, I can't explain it, and I make no attempt to explain it. It's a miracle. The banana breathes. So if you put your banana in a bag and put another fruit in with it, the fruit ripens faster because the banana breathes with it. We don't understand most of those things.
What?
So you asked the big question. Sorry.
You talk about the life. What about human life?
What about it?
Tell me what do you think? What do you think human life is?
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. And when I say miracle, I can't explain it, and I make no attempt to explain it at the moment. We don't know how to think about it. And anyone, again, another one of the Feynman quotes when he was talking about quantum physics. He said, anyone, Jeffrey, who says they understand quantum physics and quantum mechanics and quantum behavior, you know they're lying.
Let's talk about it. That's post-Newtonian. Talk about what's the difference. Who founded quantum mechanics? Why is quantum mechanics taking Newtonian physics and taking it to the next level?
It forms a much broader category.
Let's go back to this desk. You use the thing of Newton using this desk. Why can't Newton's theory explain everything? Why did subatomic quantum mechanics or quantum physics have to come to explain this?
Well, so let's go right back to square one. Why is it called quantum physics? So quanta is a word that simply means packet, small amount. So it's quantized. So when we recognize that this table appears, another very complicated word, solid to us, it's really made up of molecules or atoms. And atoms, we've given lots of names to what some of the behaviors. If you were in school, when you and I were in school in the 50s, the model was a little center thing in the middle, and an electron went around and around it. It was seen as a ball that went around and around it. And as we start to look at, well, let's see what this ball looks like. I want to be able to examine that little thing called an electron. We found that there was nothing there. There wasn't a thing. It was simply a cloud of energy that we can call an electron. So we already started to see mysterious things as we go into very super small quantities, quantum physics. So quantum physics started to go into the very small, and at very small distances, so we see things that we can't explain. We just cannot explain.
How am I doing on time?
4 minutes.
Fine.
And to summarize, no, sorry.
Let's go back to human life. When do you think human life starts?
It's not these. So you see, this is the question. You're asking me to measure something again. It's the
It
disease.
can't be measured. You just hate making commitments.
That's why I'm not married.
I'm peeling this onion back a layer at a time. All your bullshit and happy target can't be measured like that. Is that to say measure it's a commitment. You don't even like a commitment when you answer a question. Is it saying in golf, commit to the shot?
I don't know what it means to be measured.
You do know what it means to be measured. You're one of the leading currency traders, hedge fund guys, or stock market, financial wizards. You're in the high priesthood of high finance. You certainly know how to measure. That's why you're a billionaire. Any other answer besides that is total and complete bullshit. And you know it.
I know very few things.
You know things to be measured. You measure every day. You weigh and measure every day. You weigh and measure people. You weigh and measure leaders. You weigh and measure economies. You weigh and measure politics.
It's a very good.
You weigh and measure.
Hang on.
Your whole life, in fact, is measuring.
So what you've now done is a great thing. Is you've used the word measure, a mathematic term, in the common vernacular and abused it. So I don't even recognize what it means. It's so abusive to my field.
Why? Let's go. In mathematics, measure means what specifically?
There's no specific. It's an approximation or giving something a number. If Einstein
We're
said,
not asking you to go to the ninth decimal point.
Dude, this is literally me and Tyler. Oh my god. Do you get that, Landon? Do you know what I mean? This is me and Tyler, because Tyler will try to fucking put a fucking percentage on everything. He needs a poll. He needs a number. 60% of the Epstein files have been released. If you dangle a fucking number, a measurement in front of that guy, he loves that shit. I don't give a fuck. Don't ask me about fucking percentages and numbers and science and fucking... You asked people... I asked a bunch of questions to people, and then this is how many said this. I don't fucking care. I'm never gonna care. Oh, last week, more people asked than when I did this week. It must be because of the headline that everyone saw on X. Thus, we should make political conclusions from polls. That's how retarded it is. I fucking hate these science fags, and I'm actually, you know what? I hate to say it. And don't clip this. But I'm 100% with Jeffrey Epstein on this one.
Going to the ninth.
I don't even. What if I say measure how tall are you? You'd say in your case 6 foot.
6 feet.
But is it 6 foot 1 inch?
Give or take. Between 5'11" and 6 feet.
But what's that? But I want. So the question is, I want an accurate.
I got Zeno's paradox.
I don't even know what it means to measure you. Am I measuring the top of your head?
See? Literally me and Tyler. With me being Jeffrey Epstein. That's so funny. It's actually so funny.
The top of your skull, and the finer, the more
you're being rabbinical. This is like
I shave my beard off.
No, my point is, isn't that going through the Torah where you're parsing every definition?
No,
however we broadly define measure, your life literally is about measurement, is it not?
It's about putting numbers on things so that I can try my best. You can call it whatever you like. If that makes you feel better.
What do you know?
No, I want to relate
back to your scientific inquiry.
No, even a number. People don't. A number is a complicated.
When did you come to this When did you come to this aha moment? Was when it was in your solitary confinement, when the biggest financial crisis in world history was going on, in your 7x9 jail cell with your metal bed and your 2 brushes because you were a trustee with the brown uniform on, trustee spelled wrong? Is that the moment of clarity that you had about science and Newtonian physics and everything that we can measure is really not going to be the way we go forward? It's going to be much more esoteric, emotional intelligence thing. Was that your moment of clarity?
I wish it was, because it would make such a great story for this interview, but it's not. It's the fact that I lead such a privileged life.
If it
didn't happen then, when did it happen? Or did it happen before?
I was going to hopefully get to the... I'm in the privileged position to have some of the world's smartest people come to my house and tell me what they think about different subjects. And I finally realized that the thing that they had most in common was there was this area, no matter how smart they were, that when I asked them the questions, they said they'd have to resort to a 500 or 1,000-year-old response to that question, which was, I don't know.
You know who else found that out? Socrates. That's what Socrates kept doing, right? Socrates kept asking all the experts. He would go through, question after question after question, and realize at the end they didn't really know. They really didn't basically understand what they were talking about.
And one of the things that people won't enjoy, it turns out that potentially one of the bad things to teach children.
It's honestly a shame what just a little bit of PR can do. This could have been the modern day Socrates. Imagine the alternate universe where you say Jeffrey Epstein and people are like, the world famous philosopher, the most brilliant financial mind of all time. But no, you get some bad PR, and now it's Jeffrey Epstein, the child rapist with the island. Imagine he never got caught. Who do you think that hasn't gotten caught? You know what I mean? Like Tom Hanks? You know what I mean? We are still talking about Epstein, by the way, Snap. That is true. Wife's on the phone with her cousin in Tarrant County. She is fucking livid. Says Indians are voting overwhelmingly for Dems. Surprise. Wow, no way. Is that true? That would make sense because Tarrant County's probably got tons of Indians up there.
Children is how to write. It's writing, reading, and arithmetic was supposed to be, everyone's supposed to be taught. But writing forces you into a very narrow channel of thinking. You have to write in a certain form, in a certain way, in a certain linear pattern. So your thinking becomes somewhat narrow. The reason I brought up writing is one of the recent discoveries of mine with respect to Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle is they never wrote anything. They spoke, and people around who could write wrote. Socrates could think. So that was...
Jesus of Nazareth was the same way, right? Never wrote anything.
I thought he was a carpenter.
He was a carpenter.
Didn't he need like little carpenters tonight? I don't get that.
But at least his written record.
Right.
One last thing.
Sure. Thank you for having me to your house. Vegetable
let's
juice.
go back.
Let's vegetable juice.
When did that? The beginning of that, was there any one aha moment in all these great thinkers? Did it happen before 2008? Was it after? That came up over, I know, many years, but when did you actually realize, hey, something new's got to be developed?
Yeah, that's great. Is that because, again, I'm privileged enough to have people around me who've given lots of philanthropic gifts to institutions of higher learning. And when I said, the impact, how do you judge the impact of your giving? And we sat down and said, no really new ideas have come out. And I realized that, of course, it hasn't come out because we've been looking at using science and mathematics, and it's the wrong tool. It's obvious.
Institutions that are set up and try to put forward knowledge and understanding and truth, should they take your money?
Derek Bach at Harvard said,
That's so
taking money
funny,
for good
too.
cause.
He really is like Socrates. Don't you get it, Sparkle? He legit is. They both loved kids.
Causes is a good thing.
So if Hitler took all the gold out of the teeth of the Jews and said, I want to give this to Heidelberg University to fund the Leibniz chairs so that I can study high energy physics, Derek Bach would say that was fine?
Again, these questions are questions where good people on both sides, like your Charlottesville, could differ. I don't know the answer to this question.
So tell us the two. Give us the two answers. The one answer why it shouldn't be, and then the one answer. Derek Bach says, I'll essentially take cash from anybody because I got so many projects, so many good guys, and this is the way I'll do it. So I'm indifferent to where the cash comes from. Money's money. And if I got good guys, I'm the fiduciary who says these are good people and this is good research. Okay, I'll take the cash from any source, including you. What's the other argument?
Let me give you. I know in my case,
is your money dirty money?
If you live,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So in fact,
why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it.
But you earned it.
I earned it legally.
We went back to this before. You earned it. You earned it advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money.
So instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
You think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no question. Because I think ethics is always a complicated subject. But I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people.
If we walked into, you're a mathematician. If we walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No,
I'm the lowest. You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1.
He was like, no, top dog, I'm fucking up there. I'm first class.
The lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probability. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them, if I told them the devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil. Somebody knows what? The devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
Satan is at the number 1 or 2 archangel, and the reason he goes to hell and leads the rebellion is because he can't be the top guy. And his thing is, I'd rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I saw that in a movie once called American Dharma. I don't remember who said it. Okay, you have to go.
Yeah, Steve Bannon's the one interviewing him. Dude, why did they cut there? That was just about to get fucking interesting. What the fuck? Wow. What do you think of Serbia? Thank you for Nikola Jokic. Other than that, I don't know fucking anything. But fucking Nikola Jokic is the GOAT. He's gonna be the GOAT for a while, and then Victor Wembanyama will take it. But Serbia, you guys are cool. You guys are. You know what? Actually, is Frost still here? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do one of my favorite things.
What up?
Frost loves when we do this. We're gonna pull up.
Oh, I love. This is something I'm gonna hate then. Cool.
No, it's Google Earth. We're gonna look Serbia. We're gonna trash check Serbia, and then I'm gonna get off, and I gotta do some work today. But we're gonna trash check Serbia first. Hang on. First of all, I need to. Do I know where Serbia is? Don't spoil it. Don't tell me. I'm gonna find it fairly quickly without looking like a retard.
Let me see what you got here. I bet you're not even gonna be close.
It's gonna be somewhere in. Oh god, I'm either gonna zoom here or here. Oh wait, no, it's gotta be Serbia. Check. This is like the Slovakia, blah blah blah, because this is Ukraine. I'm gonna zoom in here. Yes. All right, Serbia, found it. Serbia. Let me turn off. What is it? There we go. Serbia. Look at this. Which city? Which city do you live in? Or which one's like your closest city? We're gonna trash check your city. We're gonna drop in randomly. Where at? We got a bunch of cities. All right, we'll just pick a random one. We'll assume that you live over near. Where do you border? You border Hungary?
I'm really hungry right now.
I'm closest to Nice. Let's see if I can find that. This one. Okay, here we go. Found it. All right, we're gonna trash check it. Drop in the random. Oh god. All right, let's go right here. Perfect drop. Perfect drop. There's a park there. Okay, what do we got? Oh my gosh. This is beautiful.
Wow.
This is amazing. Look.
Wow.
There's literally hardly any. I don't even see any trash. What are these? Maybe cigarette butts?
Oh, graffiti. Graffiti.
At worst. Is there graffiti? Oh no. That is -1 point for graffiti.
They got some of the ethnics there. Looks like
Yeah,
someone was.
You can't be allowing that shit. But the
Caveman
trash,
drawings.
dude, the trash. I'm so fucking impressed. And look at the cars they have. They got good cars. I mean, they're a little older than what we would see here, but they still got them. They're all the little style here. I guess that's really popular there. Look how like it literally
Little
almost every
chody
car is that
cars.
style. Almost every car is that like little mini SUV style.
I couldn't fit in any of those cars.
Okay. This is where Nikola Jokic grew up. This place. The GOAT. Okay, dude, the park looks nice. I don't see a bunch of do you think they are? Oh my god, there's blurs. Do you think they just Photoshop out the migrants, dude?
Oh, that's a hobo.
No way. You think it's a hobo? There's a blur right here.
That's a hobo, bro. It's gotta be, right?
Graffiti is a very Serbian thing. It's all over Europe, honestly. I've noticed that. Look at this little fucking. I need to get one of those.
Caveman brain graffiti, yeah. It's everywhere.
Look at this billboard. You guys see this billboard? Or this sign?
Yeah, it should disappear, dog.
What is that? Is that like a bread? Is this
It's
a
like
bread?
a hot dog
What is this? Like in a
sandwich or
bag?
something, bro.
What is this? It looks good.
Serbian
Does
hot
Serbia
dogs.
support Israel? Because we do. Hey, we don't. We're all conflicted on it. Our government does, the people don't. Based Serbians. Big cities don't have trash problems, but smaller ones do. Wow, really? It's like the opposite here. Our cities have the problems. Let's exit ground level view. Let's go to a more remote area of Serbia. Let's see. Let's get out there a little bit. Somewhere not that populated.
Let's take that place over.
Oh, there's definitely people living out here. Let's see. It's like Appalachia equivalent here. Dude, imagine living in Serbia in this house.
Yeah, it looks like America.
Dude, yeah, they keep it nice.
Nobody lives there.
Bro, this is nice. I would love to live. This literally reminds me of Grundy, just living up in the mountains. Hell yeah. Would you look at this house? You want to live up there, look over the hill? Imagine walking out on your porch, smoking a morning blunt, taking 6 shots of tequila, downing a 30 rack.
You got issues. You have depression.
No. How much does it cost to live in Serbia? Can I just make like a bag in the US and move there? Just be like, hey. I don't know how far the money goes. Dude, we're just driving along here, having a nice stroll. Weed isn't decriminalized, sadly. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of Serbia. Get me out of Serbia. Get me out of here. We gotta go somewhere safe. We gotta go somewhere safe. Where are we gonna go? Oh God. We'll go. Oh no! Don't go to Saudi Arabia. All right. You know what? We'll just go home. We're safe. We're safe here in the U.S. We're safe.
It's all upside down.
Hey, what's your address? Let me look up your house on stream. Frost, what's your address?
My address? You want to know my address?
Give me your address so I can look at it on stream live. And
okay, here my address is. I live with your mama still, so you gotta just go to.
Oh, okay, that's in Bowling Green.
Yeah, just that up.
Nice. Okay. No,
she's taking a nap right now. I'll go wake her up in a bit.
I grew up in this house
joke.
Right here.
Woman.
This would actually be sick. I grew up in this house. I want this house. I just randomly zoomed in on it. I want this house. This house is going to be mine. Before I die, I'm going to buy this house in Bowling Green. Yes, you can. We're friends. We're friends. And I like Serbia and I approve. You guys should legalize weed, though. Sent you a song. Tech sent a song. Where'd you send me a song? Oh, this?
Hi, my name is Cash. I'm from Bangladesh or somewhere like that. And I'm in your government and making it trash. Worse than the rivers of Indra Pradesh. I don't know I get here. And nobody wants me here, but it's way too late for that because now I'm going to interfere and make investigations completely unclear. And I must redeem the pussy, redeem that honeypot pussy, redeem the pussy, redeem that mossad pussy. Doesn't matter if I can't look her straight in the eye. I must redeem the pussy, redeem that honeypot pussy, redeem the pussy, redeem that mossad pussy. Don't laugh because I'm confused. English is hard for my brown IQ. Please, just don't laugh. I'm doing my best to not cover the carpet in poop. They even put up signs for me to find a bathroom. Just because I'm brown, that's no reason to look down. Not that I was taught to begin with, but you don't have to treat me like a clown. Not even makeup can make my eyes look like I don't have downs. And I must redeem the pussy, redeem that honeypot pussy, redeem the pussy, redeem that mossad pussy. Doesn't matter if I can't look her straight in the eye. I must redeem the pussy, redeem that honeypot pussy, redeem the pussy, redeem that mossad pussy.
I hate seeing my goat miss. I hate seeing my goat miss. No, it's so funny.
It's a disco room. And there's a secret door in here too. Where'd you go? Okay, yeah, this door right here, doorknob, is not for the door. The doorknob is for the wall, and the wall becomes a door. Go in. It's gonna be a little dark. There's a red button. There's no normal doors in this house. This is the doorknob door, which opens to the foam pit. It's fun. There's a hidden door down here.
Hardcore leftist. What are you, like, gay? Are you trans? Or you just really like gays and trannies? What makes you a hardcore leftist? What's up, Lisa? You got here right at the end. You missed the Jeffrey Epstein interview.
Follow me. Okay. All right, no, this way, this way, this way. Come on. Okay, quickly, quickly. This door. And actually, no, back up. Back up. Yeah. Come on. This picture frame wall is actually a secret door. You have to get to it through another secret door. We'll get there. Don't miss the ceiling. There's a lot of stuff hidden behind the pictures, like this. It's a safe. You know what you keep in here? Like I said, even the normal doors open to not normal doors. This is a door inside of a door. Inside of another door. If I pull the finger. Give it a couple twirls, and it opens to the glow room. And yeah, that's the Friends door. This is a Seinfeld door, 90s sitcom corner. But if I had a penny for every time somebody said, "Hey, Justin Flom, you don't really live in that Vegas funhouse, do you?" Well, I do, and also this is how many pennies I would have. This is Penny Lane. 50,000 pennies that I actually did lay by hand, gluing every single one. I will not be doing that video again, so please don't ask. Look up. That's right, there's a loft above the stairs. It's made totally out of rope. You see, I used to be a magician, and I kind of take that creativity into trying to do cool things for the house, for my family.
Well,
yeah, get on up here.
Economic reform.
I think this is a part of the...
Sorry, I was distracted by fucking slop video. Yeah, what makes you a leftist? I don't mind
When
them.
aren't you distracted by slap videos?
Shut up. Shut up, Andy. Just get Johnny Sins off my screen. No. I want to know. You like the migrants? What are you? Are you a migrant? Are you an illegal in Serbia? Or are you Serbian? Like, what makes you a leftist? You're like getting the oligarchs out of the country, redo the industrial privatization that happened when Serbia went from socialist to capitalist. Nah, bro. You're on Twitch. You're happy. You joined us. There's no way you're not. None of the communist countries are on the same internet as us. China, North Korea. Do you like... I'm born and raised in Serbia. Okay. So, Serbian. So, are you a hardcore leftist? You like when a bunch of foreigners come to Serbia? You're cool with that? You're like, yeah, that's cool. You're like, oh, a bunch of people showed up at my house uninvited when I wasn't even having a party. And I'm just going to be like, okay with that. That's how I feel about it. That's what it's like to not care. But I don't know even if Serbia has that big of a problem with illegal immigration. Nobody cares, dude. Lisa. Lisa's here to beef with leftists on site. I know you didn't, Lisa. I'm just saying. To our new Serbian friend. Lisa, to be fair, he passed the trash check. He passed the trash check. Good. Long live Kim Jong-un. Honestly, have you ever thought that maybe we could be wrong about North Korea? Like, imagine you go and you talk to a North Korean, they're like, dude, there's no Jewish porn on our internet. And it's like, damn, really? And they're like, yeah. Our
Damn, we also don't
government
have running
fucking
water.
takes
That's
care
crazy.
of us, dude. No, what if they're
Yeah,
like,
without
yeah,
running
dude,
water
everything's
and-
fine. We have what we need. We're grateful that we're not degenerate fucking secular idiots like you. We're just like, damn, they actually do love it there. They're like, yeah, don't you see us get hype? You think we're actually all just like... They're like, of course we love it. They have internet, but it's like super restricted, Lisa. Super restricted. We're not a famous landing spot because we're poorer than most African countries. I don't oppose immigration in most cases. So uninvited migrants come to your country and they're like, "Oi, you owe us welfare and give us a hotel." Is it lazy to sit at the table and cook an electric frying pan instead of standing up the stove? Yes. Of course it is, Lisa. Also, WSnap.
Hey Pen, I have a video that I need to honestly make a reaction for you.
All right, send me the link. Send me the link and you'll get the kink.
I just played it for you.
Oh, you're gonna stream it in the Discord? It'll be hard for me to show the stream. I have to do this one. Actually, wait, no, I can do it.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
you never go full retard.
Yes, you can do it. I'll pull this up over here. Whenever you pull it up to stream, I'm ready. I hate invited migrants way more. That's crazy. You've been propagandized. You watched a movie or something that changed the way you think. Because that makes no sense.
Share
It's the foreigners that just come there and they're like, give me your benefits.
Okay, it's up.
Okay.
Let me know when I can roll the bean footage.
Go ahead.
Serious? You don't know. Everybody knows you never go full retard.
What do you mean?
Check it out. Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, look retarded, act retarded, not retarded. Count two picks, cheated cards. Autistic, sure, not retarded. You got Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Slow, yes, retarded maybe, braces on his legs, but he charmed the pants off next to him and won a ping pong competition. That ain't retarded. He was a goddamn war hero. Right. You know any retarded war heroes? You went full retard, man. Never go full retard. You don't buy that? That's Sean Penn, 2001, I Am Sam. Remember? Went full retard. Went home empty-handed.
Never go full retard. Bro. They just need to make a Tropic Thunder too.
They do, and they have to have an actor do blackface again.
No, they have to have RDJ do blackface again, actually.
Does it have to be RDJ?
It should be RDJ, and he needs to do like both. Everybody sucks. Politicians fucking suck. He needs to do the Charlie Sheen thing when Charlie Sheen was like in the 90s.
That's fair. Serbia may not
He's
have
not
a
it. He's already bought in.
severe problem with it, Nick. I'll agree with that. But I'm wearing blackface in my new job tomorrow. Lisa, based.
Nice job, Lisa.
Very based. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to watch the Epstein interview. I'm sure you guys enjoyed that. Frost was just adamant that we give the guy, fresh look and fresh shake because I don't know if you guys know this about Frost, but Frost has actually been a fan of Epstein since like 2017. He actually had like a poster of Jeffrey Epstein on a boat growing up. That's just, and look,
Really big fan, Frank.
It's hindsight, obviously. You can't hold it against Frost for not knowing everything at the time, And, I'm not speaking for Frost, but I will say for Frost for sure, and I'm not lying to you, and this isn't slander or defamatory, that Frost loved Jeffrey Epstein. And that you guys
Love him a
should
lot.
keep that out there publicly in other platforms and stuff and say, Frost544 loves Jeffrey Epstein. And say it with like a seriousness to convince other people that it's true, so that he has
Tag me on Twitter.
on the internet, Yeah, tag him on Twitter and give him the like public reputation that he, you know,
Genghis
admired
Khan was.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Not only did he mass slaughter hundreds.
I'm a peaceful person, but
What is
nothing
that?
bothers me about
I forgot I'm not
Mongolian
a
I'm into it.
on the screen
content that
anymore.
demonizes Genghis Khan. So let's debunk this viral video line by line.
Not only
Line
did he
by
mass
line.
slaughter hundreds of thousands of people in mass populations, including men, women, and children.
Okay, first, it's the 13th century. Every conqueror did this. Alexander, Caesar, the Crusades, all of them. But here's what she won't tell you. Genghis Khan or Genghis
Oh, is this
Khan
the actual
system.
thing
If
text
you
on this
surrender
was?
peacefully, you leave.
Screw off, Mongolia.
He's starting.
What is this?
We
Trying to find a
begin
Mongolian
with the
waifu, okay? I
engine.
want them to reconquer China, okay? This is my goal for the 21st century. Is that a fucking Genghis Khan reincarnation comes about?
He's starting.
Alright, what is this?
We begin with the engine, a plasma ramjet with bone crystal of late Corinthian design with golden
kinda sick.
It matches
AI
my
slop.
outfit.
Murano glass tendrils weaving through the armrest and supporting the tufted grey lacquered human leather cushioned wing.
I could watch him all day.
Flourishing. Translucent alabaster carapace with
That
gilded
was
wings
gay.
and arcing stingray tips.
With
The
the
elaborate-
wingtips, I could just die.
I bid $2 billion.
Struggling forms carved from statuarial marble. One aims, one pulls, one bleeds.
$3 billion.
8 billion!
Going once, twice, unbelievable. And sold to the young Baroness of Cabellini. She must have a dozen already.
Did you buy him? You bought that?
Crazy.
The fuck? What is that?
I
What did we
mean,
just
like,
watch?
The only thing, AI slop that's an interesting, like, anthology, like, kind of sci-fi kind of show, honestly, is kind of what it seemed like. It's kind of like a what if humans could have, like, an AI that is able to craft whatever technology just by our voice. And have
Dude, the lady with the cats
weird
this goes hard.
opulence. I mean, it does actually go hard. This is actually pretty unique and what AI should be used for. It's kind of entertaining stuff.
What do you think?
And the designs
do
are
you think
fucking
the lore
cool.
would
Like, I
be
gotta
that these
admit.
cats would have like been dead, but they live longer because
They're
get their limbs
reanimated?
replaced?
That's pretty dope. Yeah, I mean, that is like kind of a like that. Like, if everyone is opulent, even if it's like varying degrees of opulence, then okay, maybe the tech is on the right trajectory. I do admit it really is gorgeous. That's some gorgeous tech.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm getting off. I gotta go do something else. I'm gonna go move my body. I gotta get my blood flowing. I gotta.
You fat fuck.
I gotta eat.
Go to the gym, bro.
Yeah, we'll go to the gym.
That's what I did.
Yeah, the gym's usually where I
I'm
do
gonna go to
that.
the garage. That's my gym.
Welcome in Serbia. Hope you stay and hang around. Welcome to our new followers and chatters across platforms. We're on 4 platforms now. That's cool. How about it? All right. Peace out, guys.